Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back to another episode of the Ratchet Ramblers podcast, presented to you by the CSPN. I'm one third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante on Twitter, aka Vice President Big Knees, aka Don't Be Stupid on Beyonce's Internet. And as usual, hey London, and as usual, I'm joined by my friends and my co-hosts.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Candace. You can find me on Twitter at London and Mommy, aka y'all is so fucking stupid. AKA every time niggas get profound on the internet, they got caught cheating.
Mm, When you do clownery.
AKA y'all don't mind y'all business, and it's always gonna cost you.
All right.
Alrighty. And I'm Curtis, aka Trilificent on all social media, aka apparently the bad guy of the Ratchet Ramblings podcast. And you know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna wear my cape. Fuck y'all. AKA Oxtail Oligarch, aka leader of the Tammy is Evil Coalition.
Amen.
And we're here. And we're going to give you guys hashtag content for another week because we got a lot of content from our shows.
Correct.
But before we do that, we have to pay the bills to keep the lights on. So, Jeremy, please take it away.
Yes, you are listening to a CSPN Media podcast presentation. You can go to our website, cspn.us, and click that podcast tab. Listen to every episode of Ratchet Ramblers thus far. 1 year anniversary is coming up. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to record it next week, I think. I'm looking at the calendar. Yep. So we do have something very special lined up for our listeners. Again, thank you all so much for rocking with me and Candace and rocking with Curtis, as he is a permanent addition to the show. Y'all are welcome. And yeah, leave us ratings, leave us reviews. I do have a new review to read after I get through paying the bills and we get into our random ramblings. And if you want to help the network, go over to that Keep Our Podcast Free tab on the right side of the website and shop with all of our many sponsors. Wink Wine Co., which I think is a great sponsor for this show because you can get these laughs and these jokes while you're drinking your wine, and while you may be listening to and watching these reality TV shows that we be talking about, and these jokes that's gonna fly about these people looking to fuck stupid on a consistent basis. Blue Apron, Amazon, Busted Tees. We got a whole bunch of shit. It's of no extra cost to you. It just keeps the lights on, as Curtis said, and gives the network a portion of the brick, so we can keep everything free, unless you subscribe to the Patreon, where you get bonus hashtag content. So you, the listener, won't have to pay to listen to my country ass sound like a busted engine. Yeah, let's go with that.
It sound like if you get cut, you're gonna bleed Pennzoil.
Yeah. Accurate. Thank you, Frank.
So I want to double back real quick to something that you said about the Patreon. You guys, if you like the content that we're bringing, and I know Jeremy and Candace and I guess me a little, but not really because I'm lazy. They're working behind the scenes, and Don, to bring new content to the network. So if you feel inclined, go on over to the Patreon, subscribe. Again, use those links so that the network gets some of that, because I think a lot of people don't understand, because there are so many podcasts out in the landscape, that it's not free. Like, everybody is not the read. Everybody's not living off of their podcast. Like, it costs money for us to do it. So if you like being entertained, then just do a little something to help us out. Like, again, if you don't want to, or if you don't have it, because like, listen. In Trump's America, everybody's pockets are a little lighter. But if you want to do something that is of no cost to you, then there are links and things where if you were already going to buy some shit on Amazon, go to the website, use that link, and we'll get a little slice of it. Just a little dab.
A dab, do you?
A dab of coin.
A dab of coin. And speaking of a dab and speaking of coin, also don't forget to check out our friend Curtis's podcast, The Gay Side Stories. He is on hiatus right now, but that doesn't mean you can't go and back and listen to all of his hashtag content, hashtag good content, and leave him a review and a rating. And don't be a hater hoe, and be a greater hoe. And speaking of a review,
Also, yeah, check out the other shows on the CSPN. Like I said, I know there's some new stuff coming down the pipe, but Crown and Collins is over there with Bianca and Jeremy to brighten your day. Bad and Boozy, they over there, them sloshes, but it's fine. They pretty. Check it out. The network has a lot of stuff going on. Check them out. Anyway.
hashtag content. And speaking of hashtag content, we have a review for our hashtag content.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a review, and from what Curtis was saying in the pregame, it's a crossover for one of his listeners from Gay Side Stories. So hey, come on, crossover. But it's a new review.
Thank you so much. Your support means everything.
Yes.
Literally. Not being funny. Not being funny.
Literally. It's from five. It's 5 stars. It's from Blackhead Doc, which that name. Well done.
That's why I recognized it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is definitely one of my listeners.
You are doing amazing, sweetie. It's called Bringing All the T-Shade Laughs. And I'm sorry for not reading out the full review, but I'm on my phone and iTunes cut off the whole review, so I'm sorry. But it's 5 stars, and it says, a new episode from Candace, Curtis, and Jeremy are one of the highlights of my week. They are able to take the ridiculousness that is much of ratchet reality television and make it into an interesting and insightful conversation. They bring plenty of tea, shade, laughter, and life lessons each week. You will laugh and likely add a new show or two to your television viewing rotation. Thank you for the kind words and a nice review.
Thank you so much.
Y'all be learning from Curtis and Candace. I don't know what for, because I just be here, but thank you so much for supporting me.
You be over there saying that people stuck barking like a German Shepherd. That's what you be doing, and calling people warthogs.
Friend, what are you doing? Please.
I'm reminding you because see the thing. So here's the thing. Okay, let me get on my soapbox.
Come on, Curtis. Come on, let's go.
And because I have my cape on, I'm fine. However, I will never ever not point out the fact that Jeremy and Candace are just as big pieces of shit on this show. I don't know why y'all singled me out, but that's fine. Y'all need podcast hosts like me. I guess I'm the bad guy, Chun-Li.
All right.
Okay, so let's.
I can't stand your ass. I swear.
It's Curtis Kong. Oh shit! Wow.
Oh God. Okay, so let's get into the random rambling.
No. Here's the thing. We did a whole poll. How long did that poll last?
It don't matter. It do not matter. Uzi voice. It do not matter. I done already cussed y'all asses out last episode. Y'all full of shit. Just because I won the poll does not mean that y'all are absolved of the shit that y'all bring to the podcast. That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
Does it?
No, it does not.
It?
Yes, he is at home. What else?
You know what, Curtis? You know what? That's fair, Curtis. For whatever reason, our friends Candace and Tay tried to get me out of here on Twitter for a tweet earlier today. So you know what? That's fair. That's fine.
That's all I'm saying. Everybody stand up in they shit. That's fine. If I have to be the Beyonce of the ain't shitness of Ratchet Ramblings, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm just saying, y'all be over there acting like y'all are innocent, and I don't appreciate it.
I know I ain't shit. I just ain't as funny as you with Candace. That's all. That's my only point.
That's a lie, but whatever. Okay, let's get into the random rambles because we have a lot of dragging to do.
Hashtag content, y'all.
First and foremost, I want to say, give people their things, give people their flowers. Stop trying to take credit for things that people say when you hear it on the show or you read it on the internet. And I'm not going to get into the details of that like I thought I was because I remembered that I don't care that much. But Give people their things. Stop trying to steal content. And
Agreed.
that's all on that. Um, and if you hear something that's funny that you like, just figure out the source. Take a few minutes and be like, who actually came up with this?
Also, don't be afraid to go to your handy dandy Twitter app, like the official Twitter app, and search. That's one of the best things
Mm.
about that app is that you can search literally a whole phrase and it'll take you to the origins of it. It could be from 2008. It'll pop up if it's there.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
people stealing tweets, stealing content, stealing hashtags, stealing blog posts, stealing whatever, you really have no excuse because you can really just go in and pop something, an idea you have in and see if somebody has already worked with that idea and created content for it, created verbiage, whatever the case might be. So that's how I know that y'all are full of shit. Thank you so much for coming
Mhm.
to my TED Talk.
Yes. Speaking of being full of shit, I saw a tweet on my timeline this past week and it made me laugh. So I'm gonna read it. It's from user just like Mike 863, and he said, quote, it's always free the scammers until they scam your ass, lol. And
Oh shit!
I was like, this is what I get on Twitter for.
That's my type of carrying on.
Beat me to it,
Correct.
Ken.
Correct.
Speaking of, so those weird twins, the ones that had all that plastic surgery, the Claremont twins, who those years ago did a photo shoot French kissing each other. The one twin was recently
Wait, that's
arrested.
them?
That's them. Yeah.
Oh shit!
The one twin was recently arrested. She basically was, they're both escorts, but she was arrested. She went to escort. The client, the John, the Trick, whatever, he died. She went in his pockets, took his credit and debit cards, and for the past several months has racked up $20,000 worth of debt on his credit and debit cards. And the police have been investigating her for months and they arrested her ass and she's facing up to 20 years in prison.
Oh
When you do
wow.
scammery,
Okay, so this is BSO, so I don't know how credible it is.
They posted they posted the actual indictment and everything. So
I'm looking at a tweet that said that they also dabbled in bestiality on a site called
yeah,
gaybeast.com.
what?
I don't know who
yeah.
these. I've never heard of these twins
Well,
until all of this shit
they were
came
on
out.
Bad Girls Club, but I remember first seeing them because I saw the picture of them French kissing, and then the next controversy for them had been how much plastic surgery they had because those women look completely different. Like, I'm not even being funny, and y'all know I stand some good plastic surgery, but those ladies don't have any original parts, not even original skin color.
Oh,
Like, they were my complexion some years ago with
oh
completely
my.
different noses, chins, cheeks, mouths, everything, asses, titties, everything. So then they did Bad Girls Club, and then they were in one of Kanye's most recent fashion campaigns or whatever, again in like very sexual poses with each other, like bare breasted, hugging each other, like basically
That's
scissoring.
that's pretty weird.
Yeah. Uh but yeah, that's what reminded me, like, y'all love a scammer till y'all getting scammed. And
That is
and
flawless.
and
Well
a
done.
and a stupid scammer because she had everything she was doing, she had it coming directly to her home and shit. They traced everything right to her address. Like,
See, stop,
and
please.
I guess the part that really, I don't mind women scamming men. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
Uh,
that's just reparation, so it's fine.
that's, yeah, I don't mind that. Well, cis het men. However,
That's just taking back the patriarchy. It's fine.
you kind of a cold motherfucker to hop off somebody's dead body, go through their pockets, and then spend $20,000 and not even report them as being dead. And it just makes you look weird. Like, did you kill them? So now they're investigating her possibly for his murder. Like, did she have anything to do with his murder? So it's just kind of like, was it worth it? Was it? Was the 20K? Is the 20K worth the 20 years? Because now you're gonna go to jail and large Marge gonna strip off all your new parts. Like a chop shop.
Damn. It's gonna be like them gifts of them Barbies when they be arguing and fighting, and that one they got a fork for an arm.
Curtis, fuck you.
Okay,
however,
moving on. You shit.
it's
So
gonna be a junkyard fight.
right,
This-
It's gonna be plastic everywhere. Wow.
like in Toy Story when Sid had
Yeah.
Curtis.
Ah. Shit.
Woo.
We are off to an amazing start.
We are doing amazing, friends.
So speaking of discernment and not using it, I want to talk a little bit about people not using discernment when they're giving their opinions. I don't think that there's any point in bringing up social media during a conversation and how you believe it affects people's opinions when you are having said conversation with someone that you know doesn't let social media affect their opinions. Thank you so much for coming to my Nikki talk.
Niggy talk, I like that. You should trademark that, friend.
Yes. Well, I have a lot of things apparently that I need to
Ooh.
but you know, I'm just
Everybody ain't able.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people's scapegoat. And it's stupid
Yeah.
because a lot of the things that we see on social media have been taking place far before social media came along. I guess
Nothing
it's
new under the sun.
yeah, it's nothing new. It's just
Well, it's not even that. It's just like we can be discussing something and then a person will be like, well, I just feel like social media makes everybody. And it's like, who was talking about social media? Like, and I'm not talking about on social media, you having these conversations. Like, if I'm talking about, like, let's say the three of us having a conversation. We are actual friends. We talk off social media. We talk off the podcast.
Which is a lot of people's problem that y'all don't have friends on social media. But
that ain't my man. That ain't for me to. Good luck, everybody.
That was shade vomit I couldn't hide, but I'm sorry. Continue, friend.
And so if we're having a discussion and then one of us is like, well, I just think social media makes everybody, and it's like, who is everybody? We're having a discussion amongst the three of us that doesn't serve any purpose. So I know social media has made everyone, this we can say is social media, makes everyone feel like their opinion is important and that they should share it. And I'm not going to say that you shouldn't, because let me just have my cape on. A lot of times y'all's wrong and dumb opinions are entertaining, especially when y'all get dragged. So I'm not going to be
the honesty.
I'm not going to be the one to say you shouldn't share your opinion. Everybody's opinion don't matter. They don't matter, but I'm not saying you shouldn't share it if you can download the Bluebird just like everyone else. But when we're offline, to me, para me, there's no point in saying social media makes everybody XYZ if you're talking to people that you know are not a part of that. Like if I say I don't like a song, you saying, well, everybody on social media, well, that doesn't, what? What does that have to do with me? So that was it.
You know, Curtis, I said I ain't have that many random ramblings, and I still don't. But you bringing that up did make me think of this, because this get on my nerves, and I don't want to say I've been seeing it a lot lately, but I think I saw it. Maybe it was some. It had to be like either Thursday or Friday, but also in likening to that, I listen. Stop saying XYZ, this generation XYZ, that and the third. That is so annoying, and it's so
Yeah.
it is it's annoying. It's ahistorical. It's loud and wrong. It's stop it. It's a scapegoat, like Candace said. Like just
Mm.
it's nonsensical. It's illogical. It's irrational. Just stop it. Just stop it. Whatever XYZ you finna say happened in this generation happened in the generation prior, and the generation prior, and the generation prior, and the generation prior. It's just that
Well, I mean, again, I think it's discernment. Of course, there are certain things that this quote unquote generation have unique to them because they have technology that past generations did not have. But
well,
in our lifetime, the human condition has not shifted so much that a whole generation has discovered some new fuckery that past generations didn't do. It's just packaged differently. I think the easiest way to convey that point is when you talk about relationships and people have this idea that relationships are different and people don't want to get married and nobody wants to be in love
oh
and blah blah blah
yes,
blah blah. And it's like,
that's more so what I was talking about because
I know
yeah,
I'm picking up what you put down.
my nigga, my nigga.
And the thing about it is, number one, social media has shown us that there are a whole lot of people in the world doing different things that we may not have known years ago. They were still doing it. We just didn't know. And number two, I can say that at least in my 34 years on this planet, I have seen people starting to realize I have options. This idea of love that a lot of people have from their older aunts and their grandparents and all of that stuff. And I saw a post on Facebook. I wish I had screenshot it, but basically saying people didn't have as many options back in the day, especially women.
Yeah,
So, and the post on Facebook specifically, the woman was like, I don't want to hear about you celebrating your grandparents 40 or 50 years anniversary if they been cheated on, if he had another family on the other side of town, if she had to shrink herself to build him up, if she had to, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff that our grandparents dealt with and that shit some of our parents dealt with. And to be honest, a lot of y'all are dealing with, and I know you're dealing with it because we see it on the timeline.
because
Shade vomit or not, I mean, it is
Lord,
what it is.
because Lord knows y'all don't know how to take out L's in silence.
So I don't think there's nothing new under the sun. It's just we have shit. We can see more. We can see. So I get I get what you were saying. But yeah, that whole generation thing is, to me, it's just a scapegoat to say for, and I don't think it's always used badly. I think people sometimes just don't know how to express what they're feeling.
Agree.
And it's okay to say dating is not going well for me and end it there. It doesn't have to be a this generation suck and everybody just want to twerk on Instagram and suck dick. And it's like, scroll the right Instagram accounts on Twitter. People get married every day. People being in love, doing bae shit, all that. Like, love has not gone anywhere. It's just that mm, some of y'all, let me rephrase.
Hashtag
Some of y'all are not. Hashtag y'all are unhappy, and that's all you're concentrating on, and you're not seeing. Because I see it. Listen, I will be the first to say I don't care about love. However, I see it all up and down my Instagram all the time. I'm surrounded by it. You know what I'm saying? I got friends in love. Hell, we got somebody on this podcast in love, allegedly. So
Mike gonna scream when he hear that.
Anyway, enough preaching, because I don't care about y'all that much to be talking about it that much. However, I want to end the pre-ramblings, at least my pre-ramblings, and then you guys, if y'all have something else, on two light notes. So first, this week, Six Brown Chicks had a question, a two-parter that had me screaming.
Oh
So I
Lord.
want to read it on this show because I feel like it applies. It fits. It's a good fit. So the question said, or I don't even know if it's a question. I guess eventually it's a question. It says, I'm at work and my neighbor called me to tell me there's someone breaking into my house. I call the cops, and when I get home, the cops aren't there yet. I see my windows busted out. Husband is inside trying to control his irate baby mama. She sees me and goes crazy. Quote, how could you do this to me? We have kids, Keith. Does she know? Well, my husband of 2 years works at Wendy's and has been sleeping with men for money. One client posted their XXX tape online. I need strong drugs and a resolution. So actually, that wasn't a question. I'm assuming it's an open-ended. What should I do? But
Stab him.
I was reading this and I was like, okay. I mean, it's not blowing my mind. When she got to working at Wendy's and prostituting with men, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, the Wendy's. Yeah, first of all,
It wasn't even the Wendy. It was the Wendy's in conjunction with the sleeping with me, which I guess I understand because you only gonna get paid so much to drop the nuggets, and then you gonna have, and then I guess he going and he dropping his nuggets for me. Okay, it was a lot, and and a client then posted the Triple X tape online. I was like, this is a lot. I don't even know what kind of advice you would give. I guess stab him. I wonder if the baby mama knows that he is prostituting for money. Jesus. So I don't even know what to say. Honestly, it was just a lot. So the other thing that had me screaming this week that I saw on Twitter, it was from that HBCU confessions account. And, and it said, this is actually funny because it reminds me of something else that this story that broke this week. But the tweet said, my dad thinks I have a hickey, but in reality, my nigga made me deep throat and my vein popped out.
I was not expecting. I almost spit out this goddamn drink. Wait a minute. Hold on.
And so that made me think about that story that broke of that gay dude saying that he was in the hospital because he sucked a 10-inch dick and it fucked up his esophagus or some shit. And he had to go to the ER.
Wait a second.
But yeah.
Wait a second. Oh my God.
Dick is a deadly weapon.
Oof.
If it's big, I guess.
It could make it slap somebody.
Not if you can't breathe. I'm just.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
I'm curious, like, did they go to the doctor so they know for sure it's a vein that popped out? or is this like something that's happened before? So it's like, oh, that's no big deal. It'll pop back in. It's fine. Listen, never mind. Never mind. Good luck, everybody. I'm gonna leave it at that. So, you guys have any other pre-ramblings? I feel like those were a lot.
I'm good. Candace, you got some?
Those pre-ramblers. So y'all are people on social media are
Hashtag y'all. Hashtag y'all.
Y'all are weird. And I mean that exactly as condescending and demeaning as it sounds. Y'all follow people on social media you don't like. You follow them on every social media platform, from Twitter to Instagram to Snapchat to Facebook to, I don't know, whatever else is left out there after that, just to hit like on their pictures and post and then berate them and say things like, I wonder if they faking for the gram. I wonder if they really living good. I wonder if they really enjoying life, how they enjoying life so much. And that is fucking weird, guys. Don't don't do that. Just follow people that you genuinely want to follow and like. Because I have never in all of the years of following people on social media saw a picture and been like, damn, I bet you that shit fake. No way they really that happy. No way they really advancing in life, progressing, growing, striving, whatever the case may be. Like, that's strange. Like, people don't owe you their bad times in life, especially the way that people carry on social media when people are down and out. We've seen more than enough times what happened when people L's are um, open for interpretation. People pick them up, put them in their pocket, and when they feel like it, throw them in your face whenever they get ready. So when people just show you the good things that they may have going on, or their happy times, or when they get promotions, get engaged, have babies, get married, finish school, like, I get it. Because why is it your business if I lose my job? Why is it your business if I'm about to get evicted? Why is it your business if I got 33 cents in my bank account? Because if you already wondering if I'm faking while I'm happy, what the fuck will you do if you know that I'm going through some real shit? No.
That's real.
Y'all got to mind y'all business and comment and enjoy what people show you. And then mind your business otherwise. That's all you can do.
Yep.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I understand that people curate the experience, they curate what people want them to see. But if you post a picture and you going through it, but if you post a picture or a video of you crying, I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I cannot help myself.
Exactly.
It's
Listen,
funny. I'm sorry. I know you sad allegedly and you going through it allegedly. But when you post pictures of yourself crying or you sat there and you took a video of yourself crying, it makes me laugh.
how many times have we seen people get on Twitter and just completely go in on people with GoFundMe's who are struggling and this, that, and the third? And so it's just kind of like, wow, some people may not have any other choice but to present their struggle to the world and see if others can help them. If you are not at that point in your life, yes, it is best to keep whatever you going through out the hands of strangers. Absolutely. Because the first thing people do, prime example, last night I was on Twitter. I saw one of the people that I follow. He made a comment how teachers deserve better pay because kids can be little pieces of shit, especially at school. This girl went on a whole like 10, 12 tweet rant like, you must be a horrible teacher, and maybe you just teaching so you could get some student loan forgiveness, and any parent who sees this should be worried about how you behave in the classroom, and blah blah blah. And come to find out, the nigga not even a teacher. And then some other girl, she comments, well, he got to do something because he never passed the bar exam. And so I'm sitting right there and I'm just sitting saying to myself, this is why sometimes people don't need to know your failures. Because years later, this man is successful years later, outside of him having not passed the bar the first time. I think he eventually passed it, but not having passed the bar the first time. But this is still a failure that a stranger sees fit to throw in his face. So it's just kind of like, y'all got to get, like, y'all are fucking retarded. And that leads me to the actual getting into the show.
So Potomac.
Those light skinned bitches are woof.
They A lot.
They are a lot. I will say we got a lot of fighting this episode, this past episode, which we've been missing the whole season because they carried on. But oof, oof.
Mhm. So I want to start with the part that made me laugh in the beginning, and that was when Giselle was telling her daughters that she and Sherman broke up, and she was like, "We're going our separate ways," and her daughter Grace looked at her like, "Girl, what?" She was like, "So y'all broke up?" And Giselle's like, "We're going our separate ways." She looked at her like, "Girl."
She was like, "Girl, stop playing with me. Just give it to me straight. Stop
Yeah,
bullshit."
like, stop playing in my
Y'all ain't
face.
going y'all separate ways. Sherman jumped you.
Yes.
Sherman was
went
like, "Girl,
A-way.
bye."
That's what happened. Sherman went A-way, but her daughters are cute, so.
The strength of the Sherman has now melted away.
I listen, Giselle acts just like a former first lady of a church. She messy, she mean, she condescending. Like everything that you expect from a former first lady of like a Black Baptist church, she is it. Like,
I mean, I would probably take the former part out, but I get what you're saying.
well, because you know that man cheated on all up and through her owner with members of the church and shit, and then she left him. But she is. I see why she is lonely. And I see why Sherman left her ass. And now she's wreaking havoc on everybody else because Sherman was like,
I'm out. Peace. Actually, no. Sherman was like,
Sherman ghosted. Like Sherman literally just disappeared.
That's why I didn't say nothing. Sherman was like, radio silence. Damn. Well, Giselle, get it together, girl. But that was funny. Speaking of getting it together, so Monique, and this not for lazy moms thing. So this is a thing that she's doing, and apparently she does not believe in medicine. And I found that interesting because I'm like, well, you don't believe in medicine, and you also don't believe in not drinking and driving into ditches either. So, I will say her brother is not bad looking. So,
agree.
I mean, she's a pretty girl too. So,
she's
beautiful.
Pretty.
I have a huge problem with anti-vaccine, anti-medicine, those type of moms. Keep your children the fuck away from me and my family.
Yeah, when she was going through that, I was like, I smelled the ankh.
Because most people who are anti-vaccine have absolutely no credible sources as to why they are still running with the research from that doctor who falsified research and results and on vaccines causing autism. And he has since had his medical license revoked. He has since had his ability to research revoked and all of that. So it's just kind of like, what are you fucking doing at this point?
And I just saw a story. I think I saw it on Twitter. Or they were saying like a 10-month-old died because they got the measles from like a 10-year-old or 8-year-old or something like that because they weren't vaccinated for the measles. And you know, a newborn, basically less than a year old, is too young to get that vaccination. So, listen.
Yeah, I really don't understand. And I think either we probably talked about this on an early episode, but I just don't understand anti-vaxxers. Like, are you like it's too much information out here for you to be on this. Nah, I ain't gonna say that because that's disrespectful to the Native Americans. But this hotep ass where I can just heal everything from a herb and some parsley. Like, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
like I get it if you're kind of anti, like I don't want to put extra stuff into my body. Okay, but the diseases that kill people that we can do something about. Like let's be a little bit better about that kind of stuff. But I'm not a
Oh my
parent,
God,
so.
guys. Speaking of, I meant to say this during the random rant, but Cardi had her baby. Uh, we, we didn't talk about it, but she had her baby, and congrats on
Mhm.
Culture, Kiari, Cephas, whatever. Anyways,
Oof.
Big Titty Ebro got his fat vanilla wafered ass on Al Gore's internet and proceeded to give Cardi advice on breastfeeding that she did not ask for.
You know, not to cut you off, Candace, but real quick, I saw that and because I caught it late, and the first two things that came to my mind. One was Ebro still with us, and then the second thing came to my mind is why is a cishet man giving tips on breastfeeding? But you know what? Go off, Candace. Go off with your.
Yes, you have big titties, but no, they don't lactate. So therefore, you should mind your fucking business. We're talking about a woman who net worth has skyrocketed in a year and a half, 2 years tops time. She has the best of the best surrounding her. You are not close to her because if you were, this is not information you would have needed to tweet because her mentions look like goddamn. They probably in shambles and have been since she announced that she gave birth. She's not gonna see them goddamn mentions. So I'm just trying to understand why a man who only knows a woman professionally is giving her advice on breastfeeding. Like how this is why I hate straight men. This is exactly why. They don't ever know they fucking place.
Yeah, we always loud and wrong about some shit, especially when it pertains to women's bodies. I saw a tweet earlier today, not exactly the same, but kind of in the same realm of straight men being loud and wrong. And it was some nigga that was saying something about like other niggas on Twitter trying to get pats on the back because they don't care about they. And I'm quoting him because you know I really don't use this language, but getting pats on the back because they don't care about how many bodies their bitches done had before them. And first of all, it's always a nigga in a tank top in a dirty room that's always saying something stupid on the internet. That's number one. Number two, um, I'm of the mindset that if you are an adult and you are still using the term body count in a non-joking way, even if you're using it joking, but you know I'm trying to be nice. I'm going to assume you have no idea how the body works, and especially how women's bodies work. And I'm assuming that your sex is trash. So, but continue, friend. Continue.
That's all I'm gonna say is your titties don't lactate. Don't give no woman that you don't know personally, even if you know her personally, don't.
Yeah.
Period. Just mind your business. Women who want advice on breastfeeding and lactation or using formula or however they choose to nourish their baby, they will get in touch with the proper professionals. Thank you so much. Back to
Also,
Potomac.
real
Huh?
quick. Also, Ebro built like a suitcase, but that's neither here nor there. Continue.
Uh
Um,
Ebro is built like tapioca. So
I don't know who Ebro is, so I'm letting y'all.
he is a New York radio host. That's
Okay,
who
well,
he is.
that's fine. I don't. Anyway,
Yeah. But anywho, let's get back to Potomac. I'm really tired of these two light skinned bitches trying to gang up on Karen. Like this shit is getting weird now. It's it's I take that back. It's been weird. Like Robin has been mad at Karen for 40 days and 40 nights about a women's empowerment brunch that did not have any guest speakers.
I don't even remember seeing no brunch, but I just assumed they didn't feel.
I mean, I feel like the bitches. I feel like it was an empowerment. What's the shit you have at school? Assembly.
It was
Just a
BY.
bunch of. It's a school assembly. Like,
Was
what are
it
you talking about?
was it BYOB? Bring your own brunch.
It had to be. Motherfuckers had to come in there with a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A. I'm so tired of Robin acting like that shit was going to a good cause. Like, girl, no,
Not only
let's.
that, but Giselle taking up the mantle and using that to be mad at Karen. Like, Giselle, you don't have any reason to actually be mad at Karen.
She just miserable and bored as fuck.
Because when she asked you to your face, the first word out of your mouth was Robin. You don't have a personal reason to be mad at her. And you're doing the most trying to take up for Robin. I don't get it. But your misery is seeping through. Tuck that in, boo.
Mm.
Because we now that we have seen more of the details of your personal life, we know that that's what that is. You over there miserable.
So she projecting.
You're miserable as hell. Sherman left your ass high and dry. He ghosted into the night.
That nigga sent her a text like, "I'm good, love, enjoy."
He didn't even do that.
She had to text him, and then he responded like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Take care, boo boo."
Yeah. Enjoy your life.
Good luck. Good luck.
And
now she lashing out and fixated on Karen, and it's just like,
I have to say this. Karen and her husband are not the first or last set of millionaires who will go through tax issues. I feel like at times tax problems and millionaires go together. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I just feel like it's a thing. Y'all's goddamn white people's president has filed bankruptcy 7 times. So it's just kind of like you feeling like this woman owes you all the intimate details of her husband's financial status and even her financial status is very fucking weird considering it. Yeah, considering it took 8,000 years for us to find out that Robin got scammed out of all her and wine money. She lied, like Robin lied for a whole bunch of fucking years, and nobody knew how bad their finances was until their house got foreclosed on and they filed bankruptcy. So all of this expecting Karen to be transparent about her finances with a bunch of sharks, child cheese, you know. I wouldn't. I'm like Karen too. I wouldn't give y'all details on shit. I would let y'all run around chasing y'all tails, trying to figure out my business as well.
Yep.
Because when y'all find out about the tax shit, first thing Giselle, messy, lonely, undick down ass did was go have some t-shirts made talking about free Ray and all this other kind of weird ass shit. But talking about you never been a friend of me, Karen. Bitch, what?
Always the tragic victim, but always starting some shit and being messy as fuck.
Always a tragic mulatto.
Oof.
How has she not been a friend? But
so
you have spent this whole season doing everything in your power to take her down.
Right.
But she the bad friend.
Right. 2 plus 2 is equaling her chew right now.
Right.
Yeah, shit don't add up.
And so then Giselle added another layer of messy, and because they're in France, they went to where did they go? Start with a C. Cannes.
Oh, Cannes, yeah.
And they were going to another city. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the alleged perfume capital of the world. So Giselle saw another avenue to take jabs at Karen and kept asking her about her perfume and, well, what's the stage and da-da-da-da. And Karen was like, you are not my business partner. Why are you asking me all these questions about what I have going on? It's in a good stage. I'm happy with where it is. And Giselle just kept going. So the next day when they were going, then Giselle makes fun of the fact that Karen was wearing Asics or whatever. And I was with Karen. I'm like, if we're going to be gone all day and we're going to be walking around all these different places, like I'm going for comfort. And Giselle was like, where are your French clothes? You blah, blah, blah. I was just like, y'all, you are doing so much.
With so very little.
So little. So then she starts talking shit to, was it Charisse? I think I can't remember. She was standing there talking mess when they were getting ready to leave because Robin was taking forever, and I'm assuming that was like a ploy between the two of them for one of them to take forever so that they could just not go with the rest of the group and go do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, y'all grown as fuck. Like, just say we ain't going with y'all. We'll see y'all later. Like, I don't know why y'all had to have a little scheme.
Exactly.
And so Giselle was hanging back, and I want to say that was Sharice, because Sharice was like, we can just wait, girl. It ain't no big deal. And Giselle was like, no, y'all supposed to go. So the plan was falling apart because you could see her kind of panicking. So she started talking about Karen again. And then Karen walks up like, oh, bitch, this is some bullshit. And they started going at it. And they Potomac, so we know they're not going to actually throw hands. But, oh, no, they got pretty close. They were going at it. And the other ladies had walked outside. They went back in and had to pull Karen away.
Yeah, they was like, are they in there fighting? Yeah, they in there fighting, girl.
They were like, God bless America. They in there fighting. We can hear. They could hear him. I feel like they could hear him for a while, and they were trying to ignore it because they were hoping it would die down.
Yeah,
They didn't want to get involved, which I get because Giselle is a lot.
she's ridiculous. Also, she might, because I asked this question on Twitter. Because listen, every time I watch this show, Monique and that goddamn tagline just girl. But so I asked this question on Twitter, like, of all the Real Housewives franchises, who has the worst tagline? And a lot of people said Giselle's is up there. And you know what? I can see it.
I don't remember what Giselle's is.
I think it's like, if you don't be mad at me if you hear me in the streets because I'm the word or some shit like that. It's something with word on the street. Something like, hold on, let me do my Google so I don't be out here looking for stupid. Continue. Okay. I'll circle back to it.
It's stupid, but anyways,
I mean, yeah, I knew it was. I know it's stupid because every time I watch the show, I'm like, okay, I don't know why she got top billing, but all right. Candace was being extra as fuck as usual. And she's like, oh, I can't believe my view is a wall. And it's like, sis, you can't afford no trip to France. Be grateful. What's wrong with you? What else? Monique.
I'm circling back. I got it. Giselle's tagline is, if you can't handle me being the word on the street, then stop listening. That's Giselle's tagline.
Well, Sherman stopped listening, so
literally nobody is listening. Not Sherman, not your ex, not your kids, not the publishing company for that book deal, not the consumers for that makeup line, girl. Ain't nobody listening to shit you got to say.
Shit,
literally the only person listening to you is that flunky Robin.
Yep.
So can we put her tagline up there with Monique's?
No, Monique's is still worse. Yeah,
Monique's is really bad. I was thinking about that earlier. Like, my brain cannot reconcile that tagline. I'm still like, you can't put me in the box because I'm the whole package. And I'm just like,
then
you are the box. Packages get opened and they're usually boxes. I still struggle with that. So no, Monique.
Okay, that's right.
Monique, she got that hands down. And I feel I don't know how to feel because I can't tell where she was coming from with that whole part where she was offering up that suite to Giselle and Robin. She was like, I don't know which one of y'all to give it to. So, like, which one of y'all wants the suite? I was like, I
wouldn't have gave it to neither of them hoes. But
to be honest, I'm like, why didn't you give it to Karen or Sharice? I mean, or somebody. I didn't understand why she wanted
somebody that's actually your friend, because those hoes didn't even want to come there with you. They planned to come there and not hang out with y'all. So
I thought that was weird. And because part of me was like, I wonder if this is like an attempt to kind of like get between them and see if there's a way to do it, or if it was just another lame attempt to be like, hey guys, I'm friendly, like, let's bury the hatchet. Either way, I personally, I would not be wasting all of my time trying to befriend them two. Because look how they treat Karen. How you think they're gonna treat you if y'all do become friends? Look how they treat you and y'all not friends.
Exactly.
Granted, you a ridiculous ass woman, but you don't deserve to be bullied by them too. Karen don't deserve that. So it's just like I didn't get that, but go off, sis, I guess. I feel like that's one of those things where she can say, I did this, I tried, and I gave you this upgraded room. And then remember how Giselle acted about the first class thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, y'all are not friends. Why would you think that she would do that? I don't get, like, you should have been like, it should have been all of us together. And I'm sorry. Listen, if Ratchet, let's say Ratchet Ramblings blows up and we getting flown out and we doing live shows, and if the airline comes to me and it's like, hey, Mr. XYZ, do you want to upgrade to first class for an extra $50? I'm gonna be like, yes, thank you. I'm not gonna be like, no, that's okay. I'm gonna stay back here with them. I love y'all like family, but fuck y'all. I'm going first class. Now I will ask if there are opportunities for for my friends, but if the choice is between y'all and me, I'm choosing me. Shit. We all going to the same fucking place. Shit. If you have a problem with it, I'll buy your ass a drink. That's as good as it's gonna get. I'm going to first class. Shit. I want the towels and the champagne.
You are doing amazing, Curtis.
But if one of y'all went to first, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I'm just gonna be like, okay, cool. You know. I will say that I might try to crash it like that lady did in Bridesmaids, but I don't want to go to jail or get killed, so I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But yeah, they were being ridiculous, and I think we can close it out on ridiculousness.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead, because I don't know where you're going.
Well, speaking of ridiculousness, I wanted to say I thought, and we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, I thought that Candace had a point about Monique and Giselle, and it was more so Monique and Giselle was just being Giselle, like herself, in that y'all two heifers don't like each other, you know, not directly, but by association and loyalty or whatever the fuck, coming to blows and whatever, but y'all finding common ground in Clown and Candace. However, while that is goofy, because that's something that we see on social media a lot, where it's like two motherfuckers done blocked each other, dragged each other all up and down the goddamn timeline, but then they find a common enemy, and then they like, oh, all is forgiven, let's link up like Voltron the Clown. This one person, that is goofy. However, they didn't tell no lie, Candace, you still ridiculous. So it's kind of like,
yeah, I mean, and I was like, maybe I saw something different, because I didn't even see them like interacting with each other during the day. They were both just laughing.
It was too, like, Giselle was doing her thing and then Monique was doing her thing, right. And like, because both of them were because it was at the same time but not conjoined, Candace took it as like, oh, y'all, doing the fusion hard dance and turning into Shade Jeter on me. But it's like they wasn't even interacting with each other, but she felt the heat coming from both of them, and she took it as them linking up to each other.
And I don't know, from when I could be wrong, but when I was looking at it and Monique started giggling and stuff, I kind of felt like that whatever they were drinking started hitting her. I could be wrong, but
no, that's a fair point.
When she started giggling, I was like, is it that funny, or she got the giggly from the bubbly? And then, like you said, Giselle was just being I could see if they were like, girl, yes, and they were, but they weren't doing all that. I think she was just, playing victim.
Yeah, she was getting dragged from both sides.
Yeah, because she was getting dragged from, but she sounded stupid as hell. It's like, as a pageant queen, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. And they were looking like, girl, don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Your wig's still sitting on your head the way that it sits. So what? We don't care. And and Giselle is just me, so she laughed. in the girl
Right.
face because that's what Giselle does.
Yeah, with Giselle, we're gonna do that anyway, because that's just how she is.
Yeah, but no. So I was gonna close it out on Ashley.
Mhm.
Speaking of being ridiculous,
Is
so
that the one that's married to Michael?
yes,
Okay, because I got this in my notes, and then I'm gonna shut up and let you and Candace talk. Where she was wondering why Michael wasn't smiling in them pictures, I was like, that's because you can't sing.
yeah, that's literally what I have in my notes.
Okay, we on the same page.
I too would be looking pensive if somebody got up and dedicated a terrible ass written song and couldn't sing.
Because she was sounding the fuck terrible. And then Bravo shaved his hair because they rolled it back.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They rolled it back, and he if anything, he looked concerned. He looked like my wife is really up here sounding the fuck terrible,
He was
embarrassing the
like,
shit out of me.
is everything okay at home with my wife?
Well, he knows the answer to that. He the reason why it's not okay, or part of the reason anyway. And then when they were talking about Candace, now Ashley did make me laugh because when they were talking about Karen, not Candace, and Ashley was like something is as fishy as a coochie. I was like, wait a minute, what? I was like, y'all don't need it. But so then out of nowhere, Ashley and Cherie start spreading Karen's tea that's allegedly in the streets about her not living in her home and
getting with somebody on getting a business partner on Craigslist.
Yeah, that white guy that we saw a few episodes ago that was helping her with her perfume or whatever. Like,
yeah, the one that was also at the press conference.
Yeah, they saying that she found him off Craigslist and he going around town spilling her tea when he have a little bit too much to drink. And Ashley like just flat out asked her like, "Are you still living in your home?" And then Charisse got into it, which I don't know if I'm surprised or not about that, but Charisse started shading her. And I was just like, y'all, why are y'all picking on this woman? She's not bothering y'all. Y'all, them two in particular, like she's not bothering y'all. Why are y'all picking on her? And so that was weird to me. Um, Karen had some wigs from Woo, but you know, it's Karen, so that's to be expected. And that's really it. So I'm interested to see next week how
When the fuck
things
is the
go.
finale?
I think we
that's
still
a good
got some
question.
time because I think they only like episode like 9. They're not that far into the season.
Shit, it feel more. It feel like it. It feel
That's
like
because they've been fighting since episode 1.
That is true. That's
They
a good point.
They have been fighting literally since the first episode of the season,
That's a good
non-stop.
point.
And
That's
so,
why I feel longer than it is.
right, because the other shows they drag out the fighting over 15, 16 episodes, 17 maybe. But they're not fighting like every now and then you get a nice, oh, we getting together for this, or we have to support this person going through something traumatic. Potomac, they like, bitch, we gonna bicker the whole fucking season. Fuck everything. It's draining. It is draining. So I'm like, they may have to pepper some more weeks off or something. But anyway, that was it. I mean, a lot happened, but a lot didn't happen. So we'll see. Where do y'all want to go next? I propose a Black Ink Crew because I don't feel like too much happened on there.
We can go there. Not too much happened, but what did happen made me holler the whole episode.
Listen, so Lily Ali,
when
she was speaking all them facts, when Charmaine walked, first of all, Charmaine had to borrow some glasses from Van so she could walk in like she too was in the Not Gonna Cry video.
I'm not gonna cry.
Listen,
And when Van had me when he was like, she took them glasses, he was like, I didn't know she hit her that hard, obviously. That made me laugh.
So
come on, friend. Come on with it. Come on with it.
I just
Charmaine girl.
Owning a name is not owning a business.
Nope.
It can be, but just owning a name does not automatically make that a business.
So I have to say this. I don't mean to cut you off, Candace. it's not so much that I like Lily because I still don't. However, in this Lily versus Danielle's, and more specifically Charmaine, I'm on Lily's side because she is 100% in the right, and she also throwing hands.
Yeah.
So I can't say shit. I can't say
So,
nothing wrong.
so here's the thing. From a business perspective, I want to say this. Lily has a hands problem and she gets away with it because no other woman in that shop can fight as well as her or better. However,
That's
her
fair.
her method of solving problems while wanting to run a successful business is shit.
Of course.
With that
Of
said,
course.
those niggas in that shop are pussy. And
Hmm.
Lily would not have had to beat up Danielle and Charmaine if those niggas had balls and was like, Charmaine, Danielle, no.
Yeah, and
Correct.
also Lily was the only one trying to get some money or get shit started in the
Listen,
shop.
they would not be in that spot if it weren't for Lily, because Lily was the one that was like, let's raise some money so we can get our spot.
Right,
Lily was the one that took the helm in that.
right.
Correct. So while there is validity in the fact that Lily needs to keep her hands to herself, there's also, I think it doesn't outweigh the fact that those niggas in that shop let Charmaine and Danielle run wild
Mm-hmm.
while not bringing in any revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
that is a huge problem to me.
Mm. I agree.
You are trying to make real live business decisions while not bringing in any money.
Yeah. Y'all are
I
overhead.
Yes, y'all are costing the shop more money than y'all are bringing in the shop.
And from what
So
I've seen, ain't the only person bringing money into the shop is Lily and the new girl that she hired. Because I haven't seen none of the rest of them niggas do no tattoos while they quote unquote renovating.
correct. So when Charmaine, well, let's rewind before we talk about her walking in talking about some LLC.
Listen, Lily
Lily
had
said you kept saying who was gonna check you. I checked you. Now you crying. Just shut up and go heal.
listen. We love a receipt.
I mean,
Where the lie? Where the lie?
none to be found. No lies.
And you know what? You know what? What got on my nerves was that Charmaine, especially Charmaine. Charmaine, one of the main motherfuckers that talk all this shit. And then when the shit hit the fan and you get rocked, then you turn peak white woman. Oh, I just
Okay.
don't think she is I don't think Lily is good for our brand, and I don't think that she is we're good enough for the new 9 Max. So you fired.
I
Now
mean, she wasn't wrong about her putting her hands on her, but the brand is not built.
First of all,
you wouldn't have a brand anymore if it wasn't for the fact that Lily got the shit popping. So
Yeah.
so here's the thing. I just Googled it because I I don't own a business, and so I really don't know too much about an LLC or a corporation or any
LLC
of
is
that.
what? Limited liability corp?
Yeah, limited liability, and it says here that it is a separate and distinct legal entity, and it means that an LLC can get a tax ID number, open a bank account, and do business all under its own name. The advantages of it is that the members who own it, under most circumstances, they're not personally liable for the debts and liabilities of the LLC.
Yes.
So if they go into bankruptcy, the members are not responsible for any of the debts, and creditors generally cannot look to the owners for payment and blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. None of that has anything to do with actually owning that tattoo shop and who works in it.
Yep.
No business is being run out of that shop because technically the shop is closed at the moment. So I just feel like, as usual, Charmaine is hustling backwards.
How so?
Well, you went and you did all of this, but you don't own the lease to the shop, like Lily said, and you don't without you owning the shop, you have no say so in who can and can't be in the shop. So it's as simple as going and changing the name of the shop. And that's it.
Yeah.
So Van and Four and Don and Lily can get together, change the name of the shop, and so now you have an LLC that is not operating out of anywhere. So now what?
The technical breakdown, yes, I agree with, but I think in Charmaine's mind, she felt like, because basically I think Charmaine was just trying her best
to try to get Lily out of there.
No, yes, that's part of it. But I think she was trying her best to mimic Ryan, because Ryan took the name Nine Mag, because Ryan owned the name Nine Mag, and they felt like, because he felt like he owned the name, he was in charge of the shop. So now Danielle is thinking, if I control the name of the brand, then I control the shop. And those are two separate things. Ryan was in control of the shop because it was his shop. He opened it, he put up the money to do it, and he kept the lease going. Even if money from y'all doing tattoos was helping pay the lease, he was the one that was making sure that it was getting paid, clearly, because y'all didn't have no clue about what was going on until he left.
I think the other part is legally. Let's say legally, if they went to court and the judge said, okay, who invested in money to open the shop? And they all said, we did. Charmaine wouldn't have a foot to stand on. The judge would be like, hey, it might be your name, but it's not your shop.
Yeah. You don't own space.
Yeah, you don't own the space, you own the name. So you guys, if you want to, you change the name of the shop. Charmaine, if you want to do something, you have to get your own space. Yeah. Like you said, Curtis, with Ryan invested the money. His name was on the lease to the space, and he owned the brand Nine Mag. So like I said, I feel like I don't feel like I know. Charmaine is, how can I say this? She thinks she's far smarter than she is.
Oh yes, yes. That goes without saying.
She really, and that's what was so funny to me, is that she really felt that she did something. And not only that, if we were to take it a step further, as with Ryan, when he was at the old Nine Mag and the contract that he had with Big Fish, and him coming out and saying, hey, when they're recording, when we're filming, Big Fish pretty much owned Nine Mag. I'm pretty sure that's the case with this new shop, since I'm pretty sure Big Fish is probably who's leasing that space for them.
Oh yeah. Right. I don't believe that they actually raised money to get that lease.
No, I don't think so either.
I think if anything, it was probably this is the amount of money we're gonna need when filming stops. So we need to go ahead and raise that money.
I pretty much feel like Big Fish went to whoever owned that building and was like, we will pay you for a year. We'll pay up the lease for a year in advance. We'll cut you a check. And that was like, okay. And then that's how that worked. And then Big Fish was like, we own this. Y'all got to do this, 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 and that. Because even looking at next week's preview, like even after her feeling like she fired Lily is still in the episode. So like there's no such, like Ryan said, when they film it, he can't fire anybody.
And jumping ahead just a little bit from the previews next week, Lily gonna beat her ass again.
Yeah.
Lily beating her ass the whole damn season.
You know, it's what she deserves.
But I want to bring this to light. Did you notice when Charmaine was going back and forth with Lily, Danielle was quiet because she ain't want no more ass whooping.
Quiet as a church mouse.
She didn't make a peep. Not a single. Not a single peep. Nothing. Not poop. Pop.
I mean, Lily went upside her head so much the bitch probably couldn't hear her.
Hey, Lily beat her so much that Lily beat Danielle so much she turned into I Respect Females.
Jeremy.
Too far? Okay, cool. All right.
I
Okay.
respect DuckTales.
Listen, I was
Curtis.
literally, I literally, like, as soon as Charmaine talked to talking about, I'm the HBIC, I'm the head bitch in charge. I own the LLC, the loyalty, and I was like, girl.
Yeah, buffoon
And
in
then,
charge.
and then Lily was like, yeah, but you don't own the lease to the shop. And then I
Listen,
was like,
when Charmaine got on her little soapbox and was like, all of y'all are under me except Lily get out, and Lily was like, make me. Listen.
Listen, because the thing about it is, again, Lily has a financial stake in being in that building.
yeah.
So no, you can't just say you fired and it be the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I don't disagree that the whole physicality of it needs to be addressed, but you literally did all that shit. You tried to do what you think Ryan did, all so you could fire Lily. And then you so stupid, you didn't even take into account how Ford, Don, and Van would feel about you basically betraying them and doing the same thing that they erroneously think Ryan did.
Well, more so Van, but yeah.
But how did you think that was gonna go over? But again, like Candace said, they let Danielle and Charmaine run wild, and the only one who said anything again, because it was the last time it was Ford that said something, was Ford. And then, and even with Ford don't say something until the shit builds up. Like he lets stuff build up, and then he lashes out like he roars out basically.
Yeah.
But he was really the only one that was like, "You wrong as fuck for that." Charmaine was like, "I mean, whatever," and it was like, "So how you think this gonna work? If y'all sitting there, y'all are still mentioning Ryan."
But this is how you know that everybody is not meant to be a boss. Some people solely need to be workers because you motherfuckers have gone and invested y'all money with no legal documents, no lawyers involved, nothing drawn up to say, okay, this is who has a stake in this shop. Yeah. So this is who has a right to work here. This is who blah, blah, blah. Y'all just throwing them in coins every goddamn where with no papers drawn up. And that's, again, stupidity. Like, we could say as much as we want to say about Ryan and how, you could dislike Ryan. I know a lot of people on social media don't really fuck with Ryan, but one thing Ryan did was legally cover his ass.
Yep.
His brand was his. That shop was his. The money it took to open the shop was his, and he made sure that legally that was all documented. There was nobody could take him to court. That's why all Van could do was throw temper tantrums, because nobody else invested in getting 9mag open. And when he was tired of playing with them and the lease was up, he left their asses in the wind, and they still going through it. Mm-hmm. Like when 4 went over to the new 9mag and Ryan was like, oh, okay, so I'm going in this same old thing, huh? So it's not Ryan Henry, huh?
Listen, when Ryan chuckled from a deep place, it warmed my soul.
Also, what was with this weird ass temper tantrum Junior had? My nigga, you could still tattoo your clients wherever they could. Like, you could still have them come somewhere and you could tattoo them, and you could still be helping Ryan get this shop up and running. Here, like, I don't.
So here's what I thought about that, because Junior was getting Ryan's ass. He was giving Ryan the business, but I think, based on what he was saying, I think he fears that Ryan is on the same path as he was with 9mag, in that he bringing other people in to build it up. So then later, people gonna be feeling like they are the reason why 9mag is what it is, because that's why Van and Charmaine feel like, exactly, London, tell them. That's why they feel like that, because they were like, well, we were here when he was, I don't know, when they put the boots in.
I still don't know why Charmaine thinks that, because that's not the case. I will never understand. I will never understand Charmaine's entitlement to 9mag when she is not a day one.
And also not an artist.
and also contributed nothing to the shop.
She's not a day one.
Imagine being the quote unquote the what is she, the shop manager?
Yeah, she was supposed to be the
She
shop
was
manager.
supposed to be the shop manager.
Imagine being the shop manager and not knowing what's going on with the shop, not knowing that the lease was about to be up.
Yeah, listen. I do feel like Junior overreacted.
Yeah, he overreacted, but I see why he was.
I feel like Ryan underreacted. Like I understood some of Junior's concerns in terms of like, okay, like Ryan should have had a plan in place for Junior. Like, hey, I want you to be my shop manager. The shop is not ready. I've set up like a temporary space for you to tattoo while the shop is being completed. Like you can't tell somebody come be my manager
and they don't have nothing to manage.
They don't have anything to manage. They don't have a space to make money. And you think they just supposed to be around there supervising the construction workers. Like that was unfair. So like I saw both ends of it, but I felt like they could have communicated it better. But I do think
especially because Ryan even said after that, I mean, we disagree, but shit, that's still my nigga. We still cool.
Yeah, I do think Junior gonna be a hell of a shop manager because he was not scared to get in Ryan's ass.
Correct.
Like he got in Ryan's shit, and Ryan was like, "My nigga."
Listen, Ryan was like, "Shit."
so that's why I'm kind of excited if this still if that's gonna take off or whatever. I've been stalking Ryan's Instagram, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna put up no pictures of the new shop being open until the episode airs.
Yeah,
more than likely.
Yeah.
But I am pretty excited for Ryan in this new shop. I feel like he deserves it. I do feel like he deserves it without
all the bullshit.
And
a bunch of entitled motherfuckers thinking that they own the shop.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's not even a bunch of entitled motherfuckers. It was it was 3 people. It was Kat, Van, and Charmaine.
And Danielle.
Danielle don't count. She fall under Charmaine's umbrella for me. That's her flunky. That's her little flunky.
Because technically, when they decided to do the shop, Danielle didn't have a job. Until Charmaine was like, "Oh well, we have to bring in some new blood, so we bringing in Danny." And I'm like, "Why would you bring in more overhead when the shop is not open instead of bringing in another artist?" And Lily was the only one that had some fucking sense and was like, "Let me bring in another bitch to make some money."
I truly feel like if the rest of the people in the shop had balls, that the old NYMAG will be up and running successfully because Van and Charmaine and Kat would have been let go from the shop. And that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
But they were so scary to speak up and speak out and say, hey, y'all 3 are creating a toxic work environment for everybody else. And now they back in the same position they've always been in. And Ryan is not in the middle of it. And again, it's Charmaine and Van at the center of shit.
Yep.
As usual. Like all those people, 4, Don, Lily, Cobra, Junior, and Ryan could have easily voted those 3 people out of that shop and called it a day.
Because didn't they have a different receptionist at one point?
And when Ryan and Junior was at a tattoo convention in Philly, they ran the girl out. They ran her out the shop
to give Danielle back
her.
Right? Yeah, that's right. Because he fired.
And she still didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I could see if Danielle was like, okay, I'm printing out flyers, I'm doing this, like I'm trying to drum up, because you don't necessarily have to tattoo to be able to bring money into the shop. But I don't never see y'all friends coming in getting tattoos.
First of all, Danielle is a Chicago native. The fact that she's not bringing business into that shop lets me know she's a lame in her city. Charmaine working for a whole ass radio station and ain't talking about no grand openings, ain't talking about come see us for a soft opening. We getting ready to reopen. She ain't doing shit. She is just ridiculous.
She worthless. All that bark and no bite. But yeah, I agree with you, Candace. The most frustrating thing about that group is that the men let Charmaine just run wild. And Lily, the only one with balls to stand up and be like, nah, bitch. And then she put them paws on her. And now Charmaine crying victim. I mean, I get it. You trying to save face because you got your whole ass beat. But
However,
you're not doing anything but create more.
And not only that,
drama.
they did all of that only for Kat to run back to LA and open her another shop on her own
and leave them high and dry yet again.
Yet again. She's nowhere to be found. So it's just kind of like y'all are some whole idiots.
Should have just sat there and ate your goddamn
food. Mm-hmm. That's what you should have did. Mm. But so speaking of, let me tell you, Danielle is as corny as her weave.
That's where
Let me tell you something.
Like she had her Bernadette moment, and I was like, "Who wrote this? This is awful."
Yeah, it was really cheesy.
Badly acted on both ends.
It was uncalled for. My J's, she burnt up my J's. Nigga, them was Mexican Jordans. Shut your ass up.
Right. They were some flays. That's what the fuck they was.
It was stupid.
Yeah, the whole thing was dumb.
It was dumb. And
it's like, we don't care. Like,
it further reinforces why I don't feel a need to see Danielle on the show.
Yeah, she can go. She really can.
Also, Terrence,
but you can tell that Danielle is desperate to try to do something because she need that check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Terrence being on the show, which means they need that check.
Right.
And I'm just
Terrence looks like a bug.
I feel let down. Like, I feel like they built us up with this whole thing with Velvet coming back and trying to start drama. And
well, you know what? You know what was so disappointing about it? I feel like if this was what it was gonna be, Terrence should have fucked her.
Right.
Like
y'all were gonna drop the ball on that juicy thing that happened like this. Y'all could have just left it out.
Pretty much. And
like, she could have just went through his phone randomly and saw it, and y'all could have done this.
Yeah, it just ended up to be very worthless to me.
Yeah, it's
speaking of worthless, child, Don. Listen. First of all, I got the same energy for Don that I got for Monique. For you to sit up here and act like a DUI is no big deal, I got a serious problem with that.
Yeah. Yes,
I got a super serious problem with you act like it's it's whatever. It's over now. It's about to be taken care of. No, my nigga.
Right. That was super off-putting.
You are doing all of this. You are mad at the world when you basically had the final blow to how your marriage is going right about now. While I truly don't care for Ashley, you are not about to sit up here and act like you are the victim in all of this.
Yeah, that's the kind of and that's kind of why, I mean, we all have been in consensus on this show that we really don't give a fuck about Ashley. But at this point, it's just for me personally, at this point, I got that same energy for Don. I don't give a fuck about Don. Because it's like, while we have said on this show multiple times that the way Ashley carries on in their relationship / marriage was probably more than likely a contributing factor or one of the contributing factors to why their marriage, failed pretty damn much. At the same time, Don, you're not gonna sit here and act like a victim, and that's the vibe that I get from him. So it's like Ashley can go to hell, and you can go to hell too, Don.
Yeah, he wants sympathy, but the thing about it is, you didn't give any thought to how this affects your family. Like, you got kids, my nigga. Like, you have a child right now. Like, you went to jail and there was nobody to pick your son up.
Right.
Because they had to scramble. And I think he said his brother, which I'm assuming is not for his brother, because I think they just them two. So Don got another brother. He went and picked up your son. Like, you didn't even give no thought to any of that shit. Like, you want to wallow and you want somebody to be like, oh, poor Don. And it's like, but this is all self-inflicted. And then you inconveniencing everybody trying to scramble to come up with $5,000 in an hour and a half for your worthless ass.
Then, so Ashley comes back from Texas.
Yeah, Big Fish flew her back out because,
and
Right.
rightfully so, because
yes.
you complaining about the kids and don't take my kids and this, that, and the third. She leaves the oldest child in your care and you get a DUI.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
need
like I said, Lord knows Ashley get on my nerves. However,
but a spade is a spade. Like, she had valid points. Like, how I'm leaving you? I'm leaving this child in your care. Then you out here getting a DUI, and then you acting like it's just no big deal. Like it's whatever. Like the wind blew. Like she had valid points about that.
She did, because she was like, "How am I supposed to not worry about my son?" And she was like,
and she was like, "She don't deserve
it." She like, "I'm worried about you."
Right. I was just about to say that.
And you just shut down because you mad, and it's just like,
you mad because you cheated on me. You got this girl hitting my phone talking about abortions, being pregnant by you, whether it's the truth or a lie.
With $135
you put her in a position to do it. Because if you wasn't cheating, this girl, we wouldn't even be having this issue at all. However, and then she's like, you know what, Don, whatever help you need, I want to help you get that help. See, Ashley a better bitch than me.
Yeah.
Because I would have told that nigga, you could rot in jail, and now I'm about to take my other kid to Texas with me, and fuck you.
Yeah.
That's where we at with this.
Now you're going to be even madder.
Now you're going to be even madder. Now, drink yourself off a cliff if that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not finna sit up here and act like you don't be under the influence with my kid in the car, because that's typically not how DUIs work. So I was just sitting here like, this nigga is fucking retarded. It's a shame to be that fine and that useless to life, to people, to your kid, to your wife, to your friends. You just fine and useless. And all you do is cost people. If you ever listen to this podcast, Don, please go get your shit together, because everybody you come around, you cost them something. You never give back to them. You're always taking from the people around you. From your wife, from your kids, from your friends, from your family. You cost people money, peace of mind, everything, because you don't have your shit together.
Now that is a word.
Go find you something. Go find you some peace.
Get in front of some people.
Eat, pray, and love.
So then they go to counseling, and he finally had a good point about him not being able to be Ashley's savior and that she needs to work out her own demons. Mm-hmm. And I agree. And because when the therapist actually was like, he's cheated on me so much, he just make me feel ugly and unattractive and this, that, and the third. Let me say this. I'm at a point in my life where if you do something wrong to me, I'm not about to take the blame for it. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not going to internalize it.
I'm not internalizing it. You doing something wrong to me doesn't make me feel ugly, worthless, undeserving, or any of that other shit. It just lets me know that you a piece of shit and I got to get you the fuck from around me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's never forgiven him from all the other cheating while still marrying him.
Yeah.
She should not have married him.
Right. I mean, it's her right to not forgive him, but you like you said, she shouldn't have married the nigga.
Yeah, you can't. Is it Uchiwale or is it one mic? You can't be mad and holding grudges about him cheating and then continue trying to build a life with him.
Because that causes other problems in the marriage.
Clearly, because that's why y'all are where y'all are now.
Yes, and my biggest issue with Ashley is, while not forgiving him, while not trusting him, not only did you marry him, you also terminated your financial independence in the marriage by quitting your job. Then you basically snuck and had another baby, snuck and got pregnant. Like, you did all this stuff thinking it would force him to be a better partner to you, and it only hurt you.
Yeah, it backfired. I mean, you got a child and, gift of life.
I mean, kids are a blessing, but okay, whatever. I mean, it's true. I mean, kids are a blessing, but kids.
But that's a different kind of blessing. It's not the blessing you were expecting to get. And you didn't get the blessing you were expecting to get because you did it in a shitty way.
Yeah.
Like karma don't she don't give anybody a pass.
No.
But I don't even know if that's karma. That's just you making badass decisions.
That's you making bad choices, trying to repair a situation the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like,
A situation that you should not have put yourself in to begin with.
yeah, I
But
mean,
then you were in it, but then you
yeah,
still going about trying to repair it the wrong way.
yeah. Like, I feel like if Ashley and Don wanted to work on things, they could have done so without rushing to get married.
Yep.
And she could have worked on her relationship with him without rushing to get married, rushing to have another baby, quitting her job, and this, that, and the third. Like, I feel like she did all of this and she still didn't get the result she's looking for.
Yeah.
So now she's extra bitter.
Yeah. Because she was desperate to try to lock him down. But it's like a ring don't keep the dick around. A ring, I just
Don's tagline is a ring don't mean a thing.
listen.
Mm.
My dick gets around.
Mm.
Digital underground.
Mm.
Dicky underground.
Well, I mean that's true because that damn Snapchat.
That shit was lit. I mean, I will
I'm
still be
still
a
a fan.
viewer. I will be a viewer, but you
Same.
still trash. Get your shit together, Dawn.
Yeah,
But
pretty
you
much.
are fine.
Tighten the fuck up.
But get it together.
And get your shit together, Ashley, because
Yeah.
They two motherfuckers that just need to get that shit together.
Although
Just-
I will say, even though I don't care for Ashley at all, and I mean when I say at all, I mean I
Tell
will
them.
give her props because she did try. She is trying to get her stuff together. She was like, I'm gonna go to Texas and get my mind right and do what I need to do. So I will give her a few points for that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
overall,
And I mean, I don't
In
think
terms of her mental and emotional health, I really want her to get to a place where she never is accepting of Don shit again.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
even if her and Don find their way back to each other, I really hope she makes him be the man that she deserves.
and
Versus,
that he needs to be.
yes.
Because I feel like, and again, because we do not care about Ashley, but it's also like, Don, you got to get your shit together. 'Cause I honestly feel like, and especially the way he carried on, like even the way he carried on to the other castmates, like I honestly don't think that he would have gone to therapy or at least attempted to if Ashley had not said something. Because I genuinely feel like she's like, look, I care about you. Like I ain't get my shit together. You need to get your shit together too, and maybe we both need to get some help. Shit, let me help you. And the way Don's ass was carrying on, he was like, I mean, whatever, whatever.
I mean he saved it for therapy, I guess, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And they had a black woman therapist, so shout out to them for that. But he was absolutely, like Candace said, to circle back, he was absolutely right when he said that it's not a one-way street and they both have work that they need to do.
Yeah.
Even if the work is not going to benefit each other in terms of a relationship, just to be better humans.
Yeah, and still raise their kids together.
Yeah, raise them kids, because they do still have to co-parent no matter what happens. So we'll see. So the preview looked lit because it looked like Van and whatever her name is going through it.
Oh yeah, Jen.
So I'm interested to see what's going on there, because that shit ended with him calling her a bitch and driving off and all kinds of shit.
Right. Some mess.
I'm very interested to see that, and then I'm very interested to see.
Y'all know lesbian relationships be passionate.
Well,
friend, please.
Van's trying to look like a walrus.
You look like that walrus from Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, all things Diddy Kong Racing, pretty much.
Yeah.
I am.
Where are we going next?
Let's go to this Love and Hip Hop reunion because I mean it wasn't amazing, but it was funny.
Yeah, it had some good moments. So
Yeah.
the first good moment to me was the entire crowd not being here for Rashida and Kirk talking about they in a good place. When I tell you nobody in that building was here for that shit,
Listen,
they all were looking like, girl, what? We don't give a fuck no more. We don't care.
listen. Every,
So I'm gonna just go ahead and drag. I got to drag Rashida because
yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
tried
Turn up,
to
friend.
see it for her because I don't truly understand because I've not been in the situation she's in, but I do understand that once you get married and once you start having kids and shit, I'm sure that process of separation and shit probably could be a headache. And then they got a little bit of change and shit and stores and businesses and all that. But Rashida, bitch, please, you are so pathetic. Like I used to think she was so beautiful. Like by the time this season finished, like she looked like shit to me. She is so dumb. Like I really wish K Michelle had beat the brakes off of you when she had the chance to. You are really a whole fucking idiot. You sat up here. Let me say this. Jasmine put more energy in trying to apologize to your funky ass than your own husband did.
Woo. Woo.
Jasmine
Mm.
put more of an effort into trying to right a wrong with you than Kirk did.
Woo.
Kirk showed his ass up at y'all house with a moving truck and moved back in. That man ain't do one single piece of work to fix the damage he's continuously done to y'all marriage. So for you to sit up on that stage and call that girl all kind of trifling thoughts and have all this energy for her while talking about you and Kirk in a good place, while it's rumored that Kirk has another outside baby, bitch, please.
And we're not going to just let me insert real quick. We're not going to turn blind eyes to the fact that while it was fucked up, his mom passing, he did use that shit to his advantage.
Let me tell you something.
Go off, friend. Go off. I ain't got nothing to say.
Fuck him and his dead mama. And I mean that because she raised a piece of shit.
Well,
we've watched this man cheat on this woman repeatedly on national TV, multiple seasons of Love and Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm.
So all this, his mama passed away. So
this voice, Candace by
Kirk mama passed away. It's been hard, but we stick together. I don't give a fuck about that. He outlived. Listen, his mama lived to see her kids get grown and see her grandkids. She lived a good fucking life. Moving on. She also lived to see her son have outside babies on his wife. Now what? Yo, that shit, that reunion, I never I was like inching all season long, inching towards like not being able to respect Rashida, but the reunion was the nail in the coffin for me.
Yep.
Because Jasmine really was sitting on that couch with a lot of sincerity. And she was really like, I just want for my kid to be able to come around and be treated like his kid, and I don't want to have to worry about him being mistreated or anything. And that's it. That girl ain't still trying to fuck Kirk. That girl ain't with Rod and the scammer and nobody else. That girl truly is just trying to make sure that her son got two parents that love him. And Rashida's sitting up there talking about you trifling, you scandalous, you this. What about your husband?
Yeah.
Your husband was prowling the strip club for pussy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have nothing to add, friend, because I have been you said everything that I tell them, London.
Listen, I purposely did not tweet as much as I wanted to because I was saving it for the show. When I watched that reunion, I was kind of outdone because I was like, this is the woman. She got all this smoke for Jasmine, and Kirk moved this woman in the same apartment building him and Rashida had an apartment at.
Yep.
Yep.
This woman was driving cars that Kirk and Rashida name was co-signed on. And you mad at her? She's scandalous.
Right.
This woman had been to the ends of the earth and back to sincerely apologize for you. And here's the thing, like the more I thought about it, and like you posting pictures of my kid, she posted the side by side of the two kids and was like, "Don't they look alike?" You act like she called funny looking ass little what's the little boy name? What's their son name? I can't think of his little funny looking ass name.
I
But
don't know. I don't care.
Jasmine and Kirk got the cuter son.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and this has been my thing that I've been consistent on, and I've been consistent on social media. I'm not saying, and I tweeted this actually, and some people, for the most part, a lot of people agree with it. Some people kind of was like on team Rashida or whatever, which is fine, but whatever. It ain't their show, so whatever. I'm not even saying that Rashida got to be buddy with Jasmine because that's ridiculous and it's unrealistic. I mean, she did still cheat. Well, partly was responsible for this situation with her husband, right? So I get it. She ain't got to be best friends with the girl. However, if you're not gonna keep that same energy with your husband that you keeping with Jasmine, girl, you can go to hell too. Like at this point, I really don't have nothing for Rashida. Like I maybe said what 2 episodes ago or whatever. Jasmine goofy for reasons. Kurt goofy for reasons. At this point, Rashida goofy for reasons too. Like, and at this point, I'm not saying Jasmine is a saint and innocent and all this, but like Candace said, all the girls really wanted is just for her son to be around that family, because the child gonna have to be around them to make sure he good and apologize, which Rashida was well within her right to not accept it and not fuck with her, but she tried to do it anyway. And then shit, it is what it is. And Rashida just got all this fucking smoke for this girl, and yet,
I can't even call Jasmine goofy no more. She's
at
done.
This point, I mean,
she's
right
done.
at this point, she done what all she wanted to do.
She done did her part. She ain't bothering them. She's not being a nuisance. Hey, Rashid.
So the only things I want to add, because this has been a beautiful dragon, and I've been witness to greatness just now.
Yes.
Jasmine basically said what Candace said, because she literally said, "I came to you on television, but your husband didn't come to you at all."
Whew.
I had to write that down on that. I paused it and typed that in my notes because I was like, "Woo,
spicy," and facts.
Yeah, fact. And the two more things, basically piggybacking on what y'all have been keelybacking on what y'all have been saying. I honestly feel like Rashida decided that she wasn't going anywhere and she was going to stay. And that anger about what Kirk did not go anywhere because she didn't do any work. And so because she didn't do any work, but she could not have that anger in her towards Kirk in order for them to move forward. Now she got the chopper spraying at Jasmine. Like I truly feel like none of what Rashida was presenting had anything to do with Jasmine. All of that was the smoke that she has present tense for Kirk, but she's not giving it to him for the sake of being able to say we good.
Yeah. I definitely
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Curtis.
Oh, I was just gonna say the last thing is Rashida is especially goofy because she said out of her mouth that she did not want her kids to see her looking like a damn fool on TV. And I yelled at the TV, sis! I was in here yelling at the TV like the true nigga that I am.
And the nigga that we love.
Because I said, there's no way in hell, heaven, or earth that you fixed your mouth to say you don't want your kids to see you looking stupid on TV. They on TV with you, all of y'all, the Brady bunch of stupidity.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that was all I had to say. That was all I had to add to that because I was like, and you
Yeah.
know what? I'm glad y'all dragged because I really didn't have any. Like, I don't have anything else for. To be
Oh
honest,
yeah.
Rashida is on my sick and shut in list at this point. I don't have nothing else. I don't want to see nothing else. I don't care about that family unless Rashida is coming out with a new single saying "I done left my man" and she actually leaves him. Leave me alone.
Oh
Yeah, and
man,
and it's so because I was listening because because our shit is fire. I go back and listen to our own shit. Um, and I just noticed like our position, how from the beginning of the season, how we've shifted to not necessarily being Team Jasmine, but it's like, girl, we ain't got no smoke because I mean, you did what you came to do, and I mean, you took your lumps and deservedly so. You took your lumps, but then at the same time, shit, by now, shit, you did what all you had to do, and you were genuine, and then how we went from kind of being here for Rashida to like, girl, you can go to hell because of her give essentially giving Kirk a pass and just being goofy and having all this smoke for a girl that just want her son to be good and to apologize to your goofy ass.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think we've ever been Team Rashida because we came into this knowing how Rashida is, and I think
Yeah.
we all knew that this was going to be the
I
conclusion.
think it was so more so we weren't necessarily Team Rashida, but we were annoyed about Jasmine popping up every goddamn well.
Yes, and that's still valid. And I really don't have too much to give. The only thing I'm giving Jasmine is the fact that she clocked Rashida with that one line. The rest of that shit, I don't care about what she was saying.
you know what it is? I don't think we've never been Team Rashida because we said she was a fool for taking him back after that Benzino
Yeah, and you know
cabin
what? Because
shit.
we've been saying that since we were doing ratchet
But
recaps on Crown of College
I
Candy. So
think
you're
it
right.
I think it solidified for me that she is as pathetic as I kind of
Hope she
uh
wasn't.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you,
same.
Curtis. And I definitely agree with you in that all the anger that she really has for Kirk, she keeps taking out on Jasmine because she can't stand to come to come to the grips with the fact that he has cheated on her multiple times
And
and
probably
has
will continue to.
and probably will continue to and has an outside baby on her. So it's just better to take it out on the outside person since she's not going to leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to be confused with us saying she should not have any smoke for Jasmine, but it should be.
It should be equal.
I don't.
No,
I
it
don't. I
shouldn't be
wouldn't even say.
equal.
I
It
would say
should be
70
it should
30.
be yeah, it should be more for Kirk
Yeah.
than Jasmine.
Hell, even no, for Kirk, it should be probably a 90-20, 90-10
Yeah, it
because
definitely should be.
this is
Yeah.
not new.
Yeah,
He's
and I
done
also
this
think that's
multiple
why
times.
and I also think that's why it should be as high as it like this isn't Kirk's first offense. This is a repeated offense. And for you to
Yeah.
basically flip that and have shit 100% smoke for Jasmine and basically none for Kirk other than you being corny and like jabbing him about child support and all this and that and the third, it's like Rashida girl at this point you can go to hell too. Like I don't have like
And
I got nothing.
you know what else struck me? Whenever we talk about women who sleep with married men and shit, we always have the expectation that women should be these upstanding, super moral beacons of society, and we put the onus of them not of that kind of shit not happening on the single woman. It's never truly on the married man. It's
Mhm.
always when we talk about it's the mistress, the
Yeah.
home wrecker, the
Yeah.
this, the that, and the third. You
And
shouldn't do that. What's wrong with a woman that she would sleep with a married man? Something got to be wrong deep down inside. It's never just honestly. A woman might just be a shitty person and like fucking married men.
well,
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
but the onus of not sleeping with somebody outside your marriage rests on the people inside the marriage. So I just kind of was like, and I think Jeremy said this earlier this season in one of the shows, but Jasmine had been catching a lot of heat and Kirk just kind of been sliding by.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because you made a good point. I think that those exact thoughts are what Rashida has internalized.
Yeah.
And you can see that she is conflicted about it, but she has decided, she's standing firm in her decision to give all the smoke to Jasmine. Again, to me, it just looks like, and she's doing it only because that's the only way that they're going to be quote unquote good, in a good place, is because I can't take my rage out on you. And it's like, you can't sacrifice your feelings in a fucked up, in any situation, but especially a fucked up situation, thinking that that's going to be the balm that's going to heal y'all. Y'all have to do some actual work.
Yep.
And I feel like Mon Ami Productions, or whatever it's called, y'all really dropped the ball, because now I can't say that they knew what the outcome was going to be, but I feel like they had to have known enough in advance that if this was the direction that Rashida was going to take, that family was going to take, y'all at least could have went the Lemonade 444 route and showed them working to repair that marriage. If they had done that, I still would not have respect for Rashida for staying, but at least I could say there's something that people can get out of this situation. You just showing her being mad at Jasmine, and Kirk sitting there being quiet and meek because he know he getting over, and he know he can't say too much, or he might run the risk of fucking it up. You're not present anything good to anybody. Like, this to me, I could be wrong. If y'all think I'm wrong, I don't care. Not y'all, but I mean, like, listeners.
Hashtag y'all.
Yeah. But I really feel like this was a missed opportunity where y'all could have shown some of that behind the scenes work. We go on to counseling. We had to strip everything down and bare our souls to get through this, and now this is how and why we're in a good place. Not even saying y'all had to show the therapy or any of that stuff, but at least give a hint, give some kind of, you know what I mean? Like, and so the reason why, because it's been on, I heard something on the podcast, and he's entitled to his opinion, but I heard something on the podcast where he was like, I'm tired of Beyonce bringing Jay-Z around and basically publicly humiliating him as part of his penance for what he did. And this situation made me think about that, and it made me think about some things that Rod has been saying on the Black Guy Who Tips about the importance of everything is love, and how so many people are missing the message, in that it's not that whole thing, Lemonade 444 and everything is love, is not a parade of Jay-Z fucked up, let's humiliate him. Like, because they've already worked through the issue. I truly feel, and I could be wrong, but I truly feel the reason why they did those albums, they've done those visuals, and they're doing everything that they're doing, presenting it in the way that they're presenting it, is so that people can get something out of what happened with them. Because Lemonade is not just anger. She took you through the whole process of what she had to go through in order to get back to the good place. Jay-Z on 444, he's taking you through the whole process of the things that he had to do. And I get it. And he deserves to be clowned for getting, into his late 40s.
And these jokes gonna fly.
Okay, fine. Make the jokes. But behind the jokes, he is showing and saying that I did I had to work not only on myself as a person, but just in general to get my wife back. He's talking about going to therapy. Like, there's so many things in that situation.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, and me saying the joke's gonna fly isn't taking away from that importance. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, jokes are jokes, and if they funny, that's my thing. If you're gonna make jokes about Jay-Z and Beyonce, at least make them funny. But anyway, I just feel like, and then with everything is love, the stuff that they're saying on that album, like, there are even things that you can, they're not talking about, oh, we so rich, look at us. They're saying we've worked hard, we're enjoying our riches, we're enjoying even Friends. I think about the song Friends because I was listening to it earlier today. They're telling you We keep our circles small. This is how we get through things. This is how we work. Beyonce is telling you, I don't make a move unless my friends know about it. So many gems. And so I feel like with this situation, there's so many missed opportunity. And the kind of Black Ink Crew with Dawn and Ashley, maybe we're getting a glance of it. They're at least kind of moving in that direction. I mean, so with Love and Hip Hop, I just feel like this was a totally missed opportunity. I'm not saying that reality TV, we know it's trash. We know we're not turning on Love and Hip Hop to get life lessons. However, we've been through this with Kirk and Rashida for so many times that if we were going through this again on camera, y'all decided to be on the show again, y'all could have gone in a different direction and presented something new. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like it was a missed opportunity. But
we'll say it.
To be honest, I mean, I guess there is no opportunity because it doesn't look like they did any work because Rashida's still mad as fuck. She's just taking it out on Jasmine.
Yep.
So
and looking goofy as fuck in the process.
Looking goofy. Speaking of looking goofy, Spice is ugly as hell.
So, have you found out what she? Because you texted us in the group chat about you don't know exactly what Spice looked like, but you thinking of it for the show.
It hasn't come to me. It'll come to y'all. Know it comes to me randomly. I will say she looked like a goblin for the time being.
That's foul. That's very foul.
Like y'all remember that? What was that cartoon? That Gargoyles cartoon. She looked like one of them. Like she ugly as hell.
Yeah.
So oh, and I have to make a retraction because earlier on a different episode I said that Spice looks like Remy Ma in a blue wig, and I have to take that back because Remy Ma is not ugly. Spice is ugly.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Remy and Pap.
Yes, they're pregnant.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them. They renewed their vows.
Yeah, yeah. And they look good. Shit. Pap took that fitted off. He don't look bad.
No, he has a intact hairline.
Right. I guess that's what wearing a fitted for 40 years will do to you.
I mean, some of us are just blessed, you know.
True.
It reminds me of when Bree was dragging me because when I grew my hair out, and Bree was like, "Nigga, you have a hairline." I was like, "Bitch, why would you think I didn't?" But I didn't realize that if you don't show that you have a hairline, people assume you don't have. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was straight people shit. But anyway, so congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Where y'all want to go next?
What was the weird? Come
on, Frank, because I think I know where you're going.
I'm kind of sick of just Brittany. I was kind of creeped out. First of all, here's the thing. Estelita and Erica don't have anything going for them. None. Just Brittany, at the very least, has a multiple single deal with Maybach Music. Why would you be on national TV arguing with two women who don't have actual music deals, talking about which vaginas taste and smell like? Sweetheart.
Smell and taste.
Please. Like, Ross, get this girl some training. Get her a publicist and some training and shit. Because she looked really fucking stupid on that reunion. And she had done a really good job for most of the season not looking the fuck stupid and engaging to that level.
Yeah.
And it just kind of all went out the window. Like, it was kind of cringeworthy. Yeah. I was like, girl, why are you arguing with these chicks?
I mean, I agree with that, but I also feel like it's kind of reunion 101 because it's like, what else was she gonna do at the reunion?
True.
She didn't.
I would have threw it in their face. I would have been like, you know what? Whatever that girl name is that hosts the show, what's her name? Nina Parker. I'd have been like, you know what, Nina? I would love to sit here and argue with these two women who are messing with the likes of Stevie J to get record deals while I have a deal with Maybach Music, and it's been proven that I can make music, but I'm not about to go here with these girls. Estelita is sleeping with Stevie, and he hasn't had a hit since 2008.
I'm booked and busy, and they
And
busted.
I'd have been like, and Erica had a single, and Rich took it from her and gave it to Olivia. Like, what really are we finna argue about here?
I agree wholeheartedly.
I would have drugged them, but I wouldn't have gotten in that weird my pussy this, my pussy that. It smelled like I'd have left out. I've been like, these girls don't have deals.
Yeah.
Period. At the end of the day, they don't have deals. And I don't care what anybody says about how talented Stevie used to be, and we've discussed that he used to be a musical powerhouse and this, that, and the third. In 2018, all Stevie is doing is going to court for child support.
And roping people like Estelita into shitty deals to fund his lifestyle.
Same. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but after I was watching the reunion, and I watched it twice, and Sean Garrett was trying to pull a Stevie with Erica Mena. He's trying to screw Erica Mena. Now, I don't know what Erica Mena's relationship status was during the show. I know she's in a relationship now, but during the filming of that show, it basically came across like he was trying to screw her, because nobody of his caliber is going to work with an Erica Mena. Not a soul. That was like, definitely a play for the pussy.
Yeah, she don't even have a whisper voice.
We've seen how desperate ugly niggas can be. I'll just leave it
and I'm just like, but you Sean Garrett, yes, you are not cute, but you shouldn't be desperate. It's way uglier, fatter, trifling niggas getting plenty pussy.
Unsuccessful at that.
Right.
And you successful, so like what the fuck is your excuse?
And at the end of the day, at the very least, nigga, you got it. You got the money. You can pay for it if you need to.
Right. Escorts are a thing.
I mean, I don't get that. I mean, Erica Mena is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I would
she a beautiful
all that like how you go from Carly to Messy to wanting to fuck Erica Mena. What help me understand?
Right. She a beautiful bozo. And Carly a ugly bozo.
Listen. That's why I said we should name the episode the Bozo Brigade, because it's been bozos on every show.
You know what?
Bozo, Robin a bozo, Dawn a bozo, Charmaine a bozo, that whole shop a bozo. Lily, she made part-time bozo.
You know what, Curtis? I was gonna suggest we name the episode Go Here, but you know what? I like that better. Let's go with that.
Everybody a bozo. Just Brittany, you a bozo.
And you actually got the hair. You definitely got the Ronald McDonald bozo clown hair.
If you believe in magic. I don't even have nothing else for you, Brittany, because you done looked the fool too much. So I don't.
I'm gonna say you still upset that she done disgraced Houston. So
she on her own at this point.
She really disappointed me, because I was just kind of like, I'm not finna sit up here and argue with you about whether or not I fuck Stevie. Everybody's fuck Stevie. Like that's not a selling point.
Master Splinter is community dick.
Yeah, right. It really is. Y'all, you best friends with his baby mama. I mean, that beefcake has been passed around the Love and Hip Hop cast quite a bit.
Yeah,
so
apparently he's good at what he does, so ain't nobody gonna fault you for fucking him.
So it's like, that's not even something I'm about to sit up here and explain to you. Yeah. The real fact of the matter is neither you nor Erica Mena have record deals.
Yes.
And I do.
And I would have put my glasses on and walked the fuck out.
End of discussion.
When you do clownery, just Brittany.
But speaking of, so when Estelita alluded to the fact that she basically is suing Stevie to try to get out of that contract, because now she realizes
that 30% of nothing is still nothing, but it's nothing that I should have.
That every time she goes to her calculator app to try to figure out the financials, the app is like, sis,
she gonna fuck around and start a GoFundMe.
So yeah, about that. We have to be completely honest about Stevie J as well. He
I
is
think you said this multiple times this year, but I think he's a predator.
yes.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
He's a predator. He's a super predator.
Sexually and business wise. He is
Yeah.
a predator.
He is a predator,
And
and
he is such a piece of shit that he wraps the two into one.
I need to go back and watch it because I feel like he called Erica Mena's kid a cunt.
I don't remember.
I feel like he did call her kid a cunt, like a little cunt or some shit like that. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch. But
I mean, it sounds like something Stevie would say, but I just can't remember.
I feel like Stevie got really ugly with her when he spent a lot of the time in the wrong with Erica. Is what I want to say. Like even the shit with like Sean Garrett, like his issue is with Sean because Erica wouldn't have knew he was being shady if Sean hadn't ran it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I tell you something, Curtis, and then you go tell somebody else, and they mad at me, I'm gonna come to you. I don't care that they mad at me because I was shading them, so they probably got a right to be mad at me. My problem is that I told you and you went back and you was on some messy boot shit. So I'm bringing it to you. So him being mad that Erica cussed him out in DMs or whatever the fuck and called him a bitch and everything else, it comes with the territory when you being a messy ass nigga, which is what he was doing. I mean, I was just asking if she could sing because Erica made a good point. She's like, I don't have no problem if that was a question Stevie asked me when he was trying to get me to sign the Danger Zone. True. He didn't ask me one single time, could I carry a note when he was trying to get me to be the first lady of Danger Zone over Estelita. But now all of a sudden, I don't want no parts of Danger Zone. Now he's running around town asking other people who want to work with me, can I sing?
True. Now, to be fair, he has been trying to fight Sean, but I agree that all of that energy he got, like if he just would not entertain it, Erica would shut up.
Yeah.
Like she feeds into that shit. Like when she knows she's pushing somebody's buttons, she just goes and goes and going like the Energizer fucking bunny.
Yep.
And you feeding into it, you just feeding the beast.
And that's always been her MO, even on New York, even when she's on Love and Hip Hop New York. So, but him and all that, shut up, bitch, get this hoe, this, that, and the third, lick my toes. I was like, this is some weird ass shit. So, like, you Stevie, way too old.
Yeah, I think with Stevie, his issue is I won't say he's not used to it because he was with Jocelyn and Mimi bit him on the face one time. But I think he has an issue reconciling being disrespected specifically by women.
Yeah.
Like he expects to be respected by women no matter what.
Yeah, because he's a predator and he's a misogynist.
Correct.
I feel like, yeah. And that's part of his power. Like women disrespecting him takes his power away.
Because he didn't even have none of that same energy for Boys No, and Boys No called this the leader out her damn name.
Because remember when
he didn't give a fuck about that.
Remember when Jocelyn threw that mimosa in his face right before they went for when they was finally breaking up, and he was trying to fight her like a nigga.
Yeah.
He tried to fight her like a nigga in the street.
Yeah, that's his thing.
But I ain't gonna lie, Erica was zinging his ass like the nigga who got the most to say is sitting up here in a glitter sweatshirt and fur slippers. Just sparkly than the motherfucker talking the most shit.
And that was the other, I think that was the other thing. That was why he was because he couldn't do anything. He can't read as well as Erica Mena can.
No,
he can't put his hands on her.
Nope.
So he was just a fish out of water.
Yeah.
But that's what you get, suffer, nigga.
In other news, I loved seeing Mimi just sit up there
Listen, when Mimi was sitting there fanning herself and
Perched.
not saying nothing, I was hollering. When Erica started yelling at Stevie and Mimi was just sitting there fanning herself, I was like, yes,
She
yes.
looked really good too.
You finally learned your
Yeah,
lesson. It
yeah,
only took you like 6 seasons.
yeah.
You
She been
learned.
getting. She been
Her
getting.
her wig looked really good. I like
Mhm.
that damn glittery rainbow. I am lesbian. Hear me roar jumpsuit she had
Her
on.
Yeah,
titties
she
done
looked.
finally settled
Ooh,
in.
Her titties dropped good.
when Erica said that Mimi went full lesbian after fucking with Steve, I was like, Jesus Christ. She was
Listen,
she really was reading the shit out of him.
yes,
And
And it's
Mimi
what
just
he
sat there
deserved.
like, mm.
true. She was like, true.
She was like, you
Listen,
right.
we still stand the queen that not only ate her food on the show, but also in her confession.
She was like, you right. I traded beefcake for tacos. It's fine.
Hmm. Good luck, everybody. Hey, Curtis. Mimi was you. She was like, "Good luck, everybody."
Pretty much. Like, if you want to know what I mean when I say good luck, everybody, reference Mimi with that fan sitting there fanning herself, not giving a fuck.
Mimi's like when you get toxicity out your life and you get good strap.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Sean Garrett for going and getting him a lace front S curl because he got tired of people talking about his burn patch hair.
Oof.
Because you saw he had a full head of hair for the reunion all of a sudden. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so he went and got him a unit installed, which is
Right.
fine.
It's fine.
It's
But before
fine.
that, that nigga hair was looking like an anime
It
character.
don't matter.
You know what that shit looked like? His hair looked like in Terminator 2 when that bomb went off and she was at that fence yelling.
Oh, in other news, what the fuck do Tommy be doing at the reunion in these wigs?
Oof.
Who the hell
Oof.
knows?
Oof. Mm.
Tommy wig was bad. Spice wig was bad.
First of all, listen, I
I take
I
that back. Spice's wig, it wasn't bad. It just didn't match.
I don't. Let me say this. I have wanted to see it for Tommy for a while, but she is really delusional about where she is talent wise.
Mm.
And drinking wise, but
And drinking wise, when you are paying out of your pocket to get a blood alcohol monitor on your own ankle, sweetheart, you might have a drinking problem.
yeah, you need to what's it called?
AA,
Rehab.
yeah, Betty Ford, whatever that clinic is called out there in LA, something, anything.
Something.
And then when she talked, like, so I don't like Spice, but when Spice was talking about how unprofessional Tommy was, I was like, yeah, I feel that.
We've
And
seen it
she's
all
like,
season. She absolutely right about that. She ain't right
she's,
about shit else, but she right about Tommy being
and
unprofessional.
then Tommy talk about, I seen your videos, you never had a good one. How you gonna tell somebody who getting millions and millions of views on YouTube and Vivo they never had good videos and you've never had a video until Spice got up with you?
And to be
Girl,
honest, I don't even know if that video is available. Like I'm assuming that the reason why I couldn't find the song is because they got into it on the reunion, so they didn't release the song.
yeah.
Because remember last week I was looking, or the week before, whenever that was, I was looking for the song and I couldn't find it. The only thing I found on Tommy's iTunes was that terrible ass song that she did with whoever the fuck, Black Youngstar, talking about cheat on me, nigga, I'll kill you. And I'm like, sis, is this what you want to do?
Right.
Like, you got enough problems. You really don't need to be threatening people through music. But
But good luck.
so yeah, I agree. Like, Tommy is definitely in need of help still. Like, I put a monitor on myself. That does not, it doesn't carry the weight you think it does, sis. It doesn't make you look good. It makes it look like you need help monitoring. Not you know what I mean? Like, it's not for show. Like, that you did it for a reason. It's not just to be like cheeky about the shit or nothing. So I definitely agree. Tommy need to get some help because I don't. This is the same woman that mixed what Hennessy and Chardonnay and took it to the
Yeah.
head. So you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you in a good place and you know what you're doing. Not until you got some papers saying I graduated from this program.
Yeah.
What else?
So I think that was it for this part of the reunion. But next week looks very, very lit.
Well, Tokyo
Especially-
was dragging Keely, so that
yeah,
was
I can't wait to see Tokyo drag Keely and say, "You did lie about something." She like, "What?" And she like, You ain't never break an artist." Whew.
Yeah, Keely was up there just steady lying.
Ooh. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah. What else? Oh, when Tobias was sitting there talking about him in Tokyo, and he was like, "Yeah, she a big girl. She got some weight." I was like, "Why would you even say that? You couldn't say I enjoy being with Tokyo without bringing up her weight." I thought that was so weird.
Like a backhand compliment.
Absolutely, it was a backhand. It was a backhand forehand.
That reminds me, I saw on Twitter this week, this young man posted some some pictures of him and his girlfriend. She was a bigger girl, very pretty, but she was a bigger girl, and they had got like matching tattoos, and they engaged and everything. Let me tell you, that man roasted every motherfucker that came in his comment and tried to talk shit about his fiance. I was living.
I didn't get into the comments, but I saw the original posting, and he was like,
He
"I'm
called
giving you my last name."
He called some nigga a big heifer and was like, "I know." He was like, because somebody had commented, was like, "I could tell just by looking at her arms, she know how to cook good." And he was like, "Now I know." He was like, "Now my nigga, I know you ain't coming my mentions, you big heifer, talking about my woman weight while being built like that." I was like, "Ooh,
that's my type of carrying on."
Mood.
Yeah, I did.
He was
I
with
did
all of the shits. Anyways, congratulations to them. I followed because his tweets was also good. He wasn't misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, or none of that. He loved his fiance. He was funny, and he was roasting everybody who had something to say about his woman. And that is the type of energy that I live for.
That's my type of carrying on.
Yes, indeed.
That motherfucker, that he told the motherfuckers, he said, "So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to love her because she is a plus." He said, "I'm not supposed to love her because she a plus size woman." He like, "You sound fucking stupid. What do her weight have to do with me loving her?" He was like, "And she carry her weight well, and she healthy, and I be giving her all this big dick." I was like, "Ooh."
Now that is energy.
You know what? You know what's funny about that? I did a poll on my Twitter asking who take dick the best, and big people won.
Know us.
Don't know me. I don't know nobody in my house. Don't know me. I don't like y'all. Stay away. But
anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I was a fan of that. But we moving on to
the one last thing. Carly. So Carly sat there talking about her and Sean didn't sleep together. They never slept together, and she wasn't throwing it at him. Blah blah blah. But they had just shown the clip
of her being naked under a trench coat or some shit. Girl, good fucking night.
Got no drawers on under this. Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, Carly, you continue to look the fuck stupid. And that's it. We can move on.
All right. So moving on to Basketball Wives, aka Tammy Roman is the fuck evil.
That's the devil. That's the devil. And I'm not even religious like that. I don't subscribe to that stuff for myself, but that's the devil.
Accurate, because
I wanna
evil in the world.
So
is in Tammy Roman.
Let me just say this. I fully identify with Tammy's reasons for losing weight. She's a diabetic. If any of y'all know me, y'all know that I identify as well because I'm a diabetic as well. And I fully get why she lost the weight and wanting to be healthier and extend her lifeline and all that kind of good shit. But let me tell you something. Tammy, you are aging like an ankle, and it don't have nothing to do
with being diabetic.
With being diabetic or losing weight. You are starting to look really bad because you are a fucked up individual.
Correct.
And also, I want to say this. Something about her weight loss looks a little surgery-ish. Like, because you know when people have the weight loss surgery and they lose the weight fast and their face start to sink in because they lost the weight so fast. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from Tammy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but
face
you look like a kneecap with a little bit of fluid on it lately. And it's because
it's a drop from earlier in the season, because early in the season she looked good.
She looked really good.
And now she looked like
she looked like she started aging really quickly as they filmed this season.
Yeah.
When you do clownery,
gravity was like, bitch, you owe me.
So what really bothered me was if you are going to be a mean ass bitch, stand in that and own it. You set your ass up there with Jackie and concocted a whole lie about having a conversation with Evelyn, and Evelyn telling you that Chad accidentally had butted her and it was never intentional and this, that, and the third. How do you keep digging a ditch deeper like that?
Because like, the truth of the matter is, if that was the truth, when Evelyn was dragging your ass back and forth, why didn't you bring it up? Like, if anything, that would have been your trump card to cancel that conversation. But you sat there and let Evelyn drag you, and then threw the domestic violence up. And then when Evelyn continued to drag you, said you got legs like a cricket, you were silent. But then when Jackie come and bring her girl to wearing ass around, you talking about, oh, we had a conversation. I'm just...
It was a whole lot. Like, I watched the shit in real time. I watched the tweets in real time. Evelyn said that she has, to this day, never sat down and had a one-on-one conversation with Shawnee nor Jen about the situation with Chad. So why in the fuck would she sit down and have a conversation with Tammy Roman, who has never liked her?
Correct.
Also, the things that Tammy said, Evelyn said that she got them from when Evelyn sat down with Iyanla for that when she was on her Fix My Life episode. And she, said that they had always, had rough arguments and this, that, and the third, but it was never physical. This was the first time it had gotten, well, I don't know if she said it was never physical, but she just basically said that when the arguments were bad, they were really bad.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think she
never said it was an accident.
Right.
She never said Chad accidentally had butted her or anything like that. So for me, that pretty much put the nail in the coffin for me with Tammy, because thank you so much, London, for throwing your toys around on the floor.
She has excellent timing.
Thank you. Yeah, just drop the bucket. But not only are you just dead wrong for using that as your ace, but then you just made up a whole lie to try to back yourself out the corner that you dug into.
Yeah. I think the thing that annoys me the most about Tammy is that she sits in that confessional and she's like, you might not like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. No, that's not how this works. Just because you saying it and you think it's the truth, that does not make it the truth. Oh God, right. She deserves that whole dragon that she got, and she deserves some more. Then she sat up there, and that's why I'm saying Tammy is evil. I see an evil mastermind. Well, a mastermind is extremely generous, but I see an evil plot in the making. I recognize it because now that the shit not going the way you thought it was gonna go, you crying to Jackie, because even Jackie had to pull your whole card and was like, that was fucked up. Like, yes, she was saying some fucked up stuff to you, but that was fucked up. And so what did Tammy do? Tammy started crying. I ain't never did nothing. I'm trying to be them bitches' friends.
Which also was a lie.
All of that shit was lies.
I just had to hold back some shade vomit. That remind me.
Ooh.
I was just
I was out.
really.
I was outdone.
Yeah, like I said,
And
last
I'm
week.
super annoyed with. I'm annoyed with Jen. I'm annoyed with Tammy, and I'm annoyed with Shawnee because Shawnee acting like Tammy had no hand in this shit is really bugging the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you have not had a conversation with this woman and been like, Tammy, you knew about this you knew about this group chat. You knew that this was being said over a year ago.
Yeah, but it's like,
and you waited until you strategically waited until your quote unquote empowerment patio setting kickback thing to bring it up.
It's
but
like,
now you're trying to say you not being messy and you didn't have an agenda. Evelyn was absolutely right. You had an agenda doing that.
You had a motive, but it's like we said last week. Evelyn is overlooking Jen, and Shawnee is overlooking Tammy.
Yeah.
Which I don't. Only reason I can imagine is just because Evelyn doesn't have any friends on that cast, so it's just like I'm kind of, it was
I think
fucked
at
up.
best probably got associates, but not like friends.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about actual friends. The only one that she's actual friends with on that cast is Jen. She's good associates with Shawnee. She don't have no issues with Malaysia, as far as I know. Her and Jackie have finally buried the hatchet, but of course they not friends. So it's just like, who else does she have? Like that, who else does she have? She don't have no other friends. And as far as Shawnee, I really don't know what Shawnee's excuse for giving Tammy a pass.
Yeah, so I understand, because that's annoying. So I understand your frustration with that.
I will say this though. Evelyn truly is a bad bitch. Like, that's a beautiful ass woman, and I can see why Tammy mad as hell.
Walk it like Evelyn is a bad bitch, and Tammy over there looking like a sinkhole. So
Listen.
Speaking of,
also Malaysia is thicker than Ivan's ooze. Okay, go ahead.
She is with no personality.
None. She is a little bland, but she look good.
All facts. Continue.
You know how it's like when you see restaurant food on TV and it look amazing,
and they don't have no damn salt on it.
Yeah.
Perfect analogy.
But
continue what you were finna say, Candy.
Oh yeah. OG is very fucking ugly, man.
Yo. Okay.
So
wait. So it came to me what OG looks like.
Come on with it, friend.
OG looked like Homer Simpson.
You know what? That's better than what I was gonna say. I was definitely gonna say she looked like OJ Simpson.
No, she looked like Homer Simpson. The way the bottom of her face, like when Homer had long hair. That she is truly uncute.
Holy shit!
I just when her and Tammy went on that double date, it was so corny and forced.
It was. The whole time I was sitting there like, why does OG want to marry this man? He clearly does not want to get married. And then Tammy being true messy Tammy, has there been any infidelity? Really, Tammy? Really? Did we give the weekly reminder that Tammy is still mad at Evelyn for sleeping with Kenny?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we hit that because she brought it up again in the confessional. So, but yeah, OG ugly as hell, and that man don't want to marry her.
He don't want to marry her. He don't want to have kids with her. He don't want to be in the same country as her. He just wants to get his dick sucked when he come home from overseas during off season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, OG is really ugly.
She is not a cute girl.
Boy, that bitch look like a balled up fist.
She does. She definitely. she looks. She looks like a crowbar.
Bitch look like a club
She look
foot. Look like a
like a
club foot.
like a broken wine bottle.
Look like a diabetic shoe.
She looked
Okay,
like
friend. All
she
right.
just
Okay.
She
yeah.
ugly, man. Wow.
Yeah, she really do look. She looked like Donkey Kong. That's King Kong.
Yo, she
Yes,
really
it's
did.
King Kong. Bitch is King Kong. Oh, that is not a cute woman.
OG Ben.
Speaking of, listen, Kristen is gonna do anything to get some friends on that show.
My thing with that is so dumb. You came into the show with friends. What are you doing?
Family even.
Family.
Like the way she treating Cece, mad weird to me.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Like, did CC do something to you off the show?
I think
I don't get it.
Honestly feel like, and taking a step back, looking at this, Cece is kind of a bad bitch.
No, she
Like
absolutely is.
Yeah.
she has a lot of shit going for her
and has hands and feet on deck.
outside of who she's married to or dating or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I feel like that maybe Kristen is a little jealous of that because she is. Please don't take this the wrong way, listeners. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a stay-at-home mom or whatever the case may be, but that is her identity.
Yeah.
Kristen's and whenever she gets into an argument with anybody on the show, that's the first thing she brings up is, I got a husband. I'm a wife.
Do you? Are you?
Easy.
Is he? I have a child. Do you? Where are they? Like, her whole identity is pretty much tied up in being a wife and a mother, whereas Cece's is not. She just has a lot going for her outside of being Byron Scott's, is that his name?
Yeah.
Significant other.
And I think that you are absolutely right. And to punctuate that, so when they were at Evelyn's event, I forget who was it, Giuseppe?
Yeah, it was Giuseppe.
It was Giuseppe. She had a Giuseppe shoe event to raise money for her foundation that gives money for domestic violence survivors.
Real quick, that also fuck you, Tammy, book team. I just wanted to make that quick note.
Okay. Okay. And when Kristen was there and it was like, get the shoe, girl, she was like, so my man can blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah. Like, you could see, like, Kristen is dripping with jealousy or at the very least envy.
Also, piggybacking a little bit off of y'all, and when Candace said that taking a step back and looking at it, I would just like to add, I also think it's Cece didn't act the way that Kristen wanted her to act, and so Kristen was basically like, "Girl, go to hell," because she didn't react and act when that whole shit with Jen and Evelyn. Cece didn't do what Kristen wanted her to do, so Kristen was like, "Well, girl, fuck you too."
Yeah, but that's been what 3-4 episodes now.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think she's still in conjunction with everything that y'all saying. I think she also still holding on to that shit too.
Yeah. That's shit. Pretty much one of the underlying. Like,
because I just can't imagine
really
throwing away. I just can't imagine throwing away family like that unless you just a miserable
right
that Kristen is.
Because that's like if I see you, Jeremy, getting into it with somebody on Twitter, and I'm like, you should have said this and you should have said that. And you like, okay, but I said what I said, and I'm sitting here mad 3 weeks later that you didn't say the things that I felt like you should say. I'm a whole ass weirdo if I do that.
And that's what Kristen is, a whole ass weirdo.
Like, imagine me being like, I don't want to do the show no more because Jeremy had a fight with somebody and he didn't do the things that I felt like he should be doing. Like, that's weird as fuck to me.
No, you're absolutely right. It is weird, and Kristen is weird. She is weird, and she's pining for likability while being unlikable.
yeah. You definitely in the wrong vicinity with that. You are firm and strong in the magical land of bitch. You trash. We don't like you. We ain't got nothing for you. But I will say this, Cece, sweetie, you are a bad bitch. You have so much going for you, and clearly you having fun with Byron Scott. But Jen is not trying to come between you and Kristen. Jen does not give a fuck about your relationship with Kristen. Kristen is just a bitch. And you didn't realize until this incident, and you can't reconcile that. But you're gonna have to call a spade at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Malaysia just want them to be good again because family. But it's like you can't do that when one person don't want to reconcile the fact that one
Right.
is weirdo and a bitch, and then the other one don't want to admit that they a weirdo and a bitch. So it's like ain't no reconciliation to be had.
And we know that Kristen don't want to reconcile because she brought Jen.
Right.
She
Right.
brought Jen knowing that Jen and Cece have an issue with each other. So that let me know it's like you're not trying to truly bury the hatchet and move along with Cece, because otherwise you wouldn't have brought Jen. Like you and Jen are not them that close friends for you to have brought her to that situation.
Right. So Kristen, girl, you can go to hell.
Yeah.
You can go to hell with your eggs not fertilized, because that's why you're mad.
Mm.
But to be honest, if this how you gonna be acting, I'm not. Oof, oof. That's never mind.
Mm. They hashtag keeping an eye message.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was it.
So the preview for the rest of the season looked fucking lit. When I tell you I was in here yelling when Malaysia threw that whole entire table at
Oh
Jen.
yeah, Malaysia threw a table at Jen.
A
But you know
whole
what?
table.
You know what?
We got action, baby.
I love, like, I'm not a huge Malaysia fan, but I don't dislike Malaysia. But something about how angry she is makes me feel like Jen has some dirt that says that she was way more involved in that rumor than she lets on.
We missed that. So when at the shoe event, when Shawnee left and her and Evelyn were talking, remember Jen said, well, I have receipts too.
Yeah. Yep.
And she was like, and I'm gonna pull them out at the correct moment, which was trash, but I get it. It's not a good TV moment to bring out your receipts just sitting there with Evelyn.
Yeah, I definitely think Jen has receipts on Malaysia and Tammy. Like I said, I definitely feel like Tammy deleted some of her responses in that group chat. However, Evelyn is about to start working my nerves, trying to force Jen into spaces with Shawnee. If Shawnee don't want Jen around her, that's her right, because ultimately she was fucking around with her family in her life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, Evelyn might have been caught up in the rumor, but ultimately that's Shawnee family life.
Yeah.
That you was playing with. So if I say, listen, I don't want to be bothered with this girl right now. If I want her around me, let me ease back into it. Every time you turn around, you trying to have Jen pop up where Shawnee is at. Yep. Like, you starting to be a little weird, especially because you was agitated when people was doing that with you and Jackie.
Rings.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Looked like we're gonna have action. I wonder if they showed that because it's gonna be like a break for a week or two or something like that.
I think it's because it's either gonna be a break or it's coming on Sundays for a couple weeks for some reason. Like, I gotta check and see if it's coming on tomorrow again. But
so that's gonna be some action, and then Potomac. I want to see the rest of that fighting that they doing in Paris, like dummies. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if we have an issue. If I decide to go to Paris,
we not finna argue about nothing.
I'm not about to argue with nobody. The only thing I'm arguing about is where are the crepes.
We bitch.
Bring me the croissant.
Yep.
And then part 2 of the reunion, we're gonna
the drag and the
goes. Hopefully it's only 2 because they really don't need to drag that out.
Honestly, truly,
they really didn't need to, but I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that wraps up another episode of Ratchet Ramblings. Remember to use that hashtag Ratchet Rambling Pod when you listen so that we can see what you guys have to say. I think that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. I don't really have no fancy outgoing statements.
Me
I mean,
either.
I do, but
All right. Well, as usual, be a greater hoe, not a hater hoe. Don't be a weirdo on the internet. And Curtis, my friend, take us out with a benediction.
so this week's benediction, based on all of the things that happened this week on the shows, thou shall no, sorry, I already used that one. Thou shall whoop that trick. Mm,
All
that's
right.
whoop that trick. Just whoop them.
Yeah. And what, unless you in Paris, France, Kazoo. But,
Right. If you in Paris, wait until you get home
right.
because you in Paris, and also because you don't want to go to jail in a foreign country.
Because, woo, the ghetto. But yeah, we'll be back next week. So we out. Peace.